I hate other people, but oh fuck! I dropped my phone. I hate people, but no one do I hate more than myself.
Yeah.
What an American tragedy. Alright, anyway, let me get the intro out of the way here. Shut up. Hello everyone
No.
and welcome to another episode of Pod-Crust, a shitty little podcast for bored people to put in the background while you do something far more important, which isn't saying much. There's nothing more important. They're less important than this. See, it's so unimportant that my brain is shutting off. My neurons are just retiring one by one the longer this goes on. And we're only about 50 seconds in. Today's guest is an annoying fucking friend of mine who has been pestering me
dare
about
you.
getting shut up. Who's been pestering me about being in one of these ever since I started. You might recognize him from the MVM as FUN series. He's the very annoying voice in the background that's always going on about the gays, and Twitch is going off in the background. It's Gage. Say hi.
Howdy.
That's him. Alright, I got it.
Did you want me to say hi? You waited a little too long. You didn't expect that.
Diaz. Okay, I gotta stop looking at Discord, or else I'll just actually I should leave it open so that way the sound, the notification sound, doesn't go into the video. Because for some of the MVM as FUNs, Discord was going off in the background, so I had to make sure in the video I put a little thing up to say that it's it's from the video, because I'm sure that's really fucking annoying. You just watch the video and then you hear it go off and you tab out and oh look, no one is trying to contact me because I'm a sad, pathetic, lonely, friendless being that nobody loves.
That's unrelatable to me, actually. Surprisingly.
It's very surprisingly.
Also, number 2, why don't you just go on Do Not Disturb?
Well, I mean, like, since I just have it open. I can read the chat. So, what should we talk about this week? Well, something actually happened. This is part of the name of the stream. Hi, Joey. Why do I hate anime as a meme in D&D, but not in the very rare case you enjoy anime? I'll get to that in a minute. I'm gonna try and break up chat sections, so that way we can have like a relevant topic and then go off, like in between topics. So I'll save that question for later. But for now, yes, I went to Georgia recently. I went on a little road trip with my parents, and it was not that eventful. I will say the drive up was fucking heinous. 6 hours from here to Augusta, Georgia. And about 2/3 of that is on I-95, which is just a straight shot highway, just all the way up fucking Florida. I think it goes all the way up to New York. I might be mistaken about that, but it is a
What's
very,
the name of it?
very I-95. It is a very, very long road. So most of it was on I-95, and that wasn't that bad because we were passing through stuff. Then we reached Georgia. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Georgia, but there's not a lot of, how you say, things in Georgia.
State.
No, there's quite a bit of state, just not a bunch of stuff to fill that state. It's like having a really big box and, like, you have a shoe in it. But, so the last stretch was just 70 miles on, I don't even remember the number of the fucking road. May as well be one, because I think they only have one highway. 70 miles on this road to reach Augusta. And let me tell you, this was the most laborious part of the fucking trip. Because 70 miles of nothing. Look to the right, there's trees. Look to the left, there's trees. Occasionally, there will be an open field area with some hay bales. That's
You
it.
went to Kansas?
Yeah, well, I guess the difference is that in Georgia there were less, like, tall green trees and more like a bunch of dead trees.
Sad.
Yes.
It's just a bunch of sad trees.
Though I did pass a funeral in progress. That was funny. And also, that was actually funny was we passed by a prison, and then about half a mile later there was a high school, like on the same road. So that was funny. But yeah, being from Florida, a state with that has people and things in it, and growing up in the city, I was not used to just the vast expanses of nothing that are out there, and it was horrible. Because the fucking internet was shoddy as hell. Just like I passed the time by watching videos on my phone, and the just every now and then it would drop out, so I'd have to look out the window and see the fucking nothingness that laid beyond the car. It was
Thanks.
not good. Also, thank you. I'm not gonna read your name. You know who you are. Yes, you know who you are. But yeah, it was awful. The drive up there was absolutely awful. And it was 6 hours. Actually, no, it was closer to 8 hours both ways. Or no, 8 hours up and 8 hours back. It was just bad. Uh, it was boring. Is the point. But we finally got up there. Saw my brother. We hung out. It was nice. Went to a restaurant called California Dreaming.
You're on the other side of the fucking coast.
Yeah.
When you ain't dreaming of California.
I'm
dreaming of
not.
someone.
I'm not. But however, they had the best pork chop I've ever eaten in my entire life. It was so fucking good. Like, you know how if you don't brine your chicken breast, it'll just be kind of dry? I feel like every other way to make a pork chop is wrong compared to what they did. Because it was just really juicy and moist. Moist pork. But it was really good. It was really good pork chop, and if you live in the Augusta area, I highly recommend you check it out. Sorry for taking a sip. But
That's pretty healthy.
yeah, nothing much happened up there. I'm not gonna lie. It was just me visiting my brother. However, what was interesting was on the way back, I broke a tooth. So let me give you a breakdown. For the longest time, for like a couple of years now, actually, I've had an uncrowned root canal. So basically, what it is that one of my back teeth, my back left tooth, is hollow. It's just like a hole straight through, with like sort of a kind of like a half partial cover over the top of it. So it's not entirely covered, but it's partially covered. So every time I would eat food, it would get stuck back in it. And when I got it done, the dentist was like, "Yeah, be sure to schedule." Oh, hello. Someone. I think that was my buddy Funkmaster. Hello. Who just followed. Given the name. Sorry, I don't like talking about stuff that happens on stream for people who watch these after the fact. Anyway, so food gets stuck back there, and they're like, "Yeah, if you're not careful, it'll break. So come get your thing done soon." But like I said, I've had it for like a year now, and it never broke because I had like toothpicks that I'd use to get the food out, so I didn't really worry about it. However, when we were up in Georgia, I didn't have any toothpicks on hand. I couldn't find any in the restaurants we went to. There was fucking nothing. Ugh, God.
Thanks.
Sorry, I burped. So it was all just kind of built up. I figured, I'm not too worried though. And then we stopped at a gas station on the way back, and I got some Airheads because I like them. They're good. So I was chewing on one when I felt a crunch. Now, for those of you who don't eat a lot of candy, Airheads
Me.
are not crunchy.
Yeah, they are. What kind of airheads are you eating?
The fucking chewy strips. Those are
Those
not
are
crunchy.
gross.
I like them. They are not crunchy. So I reach in back and I pull out, like the airhead, and a chunk of my tooth with it.
Not even the whole tooth.
No, not the whole tooth, just a good chunk of it.
Ooh.
So, the funny thing is, it didn't hurt. I wasn't in any pain. It was just kind of jarring, and I was thinking, okay, gonna need to see a dentist soon. But earlier today, actually, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Uh, sorry, read chat. Earlier today, I pulled out another fucking chunk of it. So this tooth is slowly coming apart in the back of my mouth. So that's absolutely horrifying. I I'm not a big horror fan. Like torture scenes and like torture and gore and all that. It it I don't like it. It's not that it gets to me. I just, it's not really my cup of tea. More power to you if you're a gore whore, but I'm not. However, one thing that always gets to me is teeth. Anything having to do with like teeth, like pulling teeth, that gets to me. So the idea that one of my teeth is just kind of coming apart in my mouth is really nerve-wracking.
Chat's having an argument. No one wants to read names, and I really hate it.
Yeah, that's my buddy Funk.
I'm gonna be honest.
Mm.
I've got, like, nothing actually bothers me when it comes to gore.
Mm.
I don't know why. I don't actively go searching for it. I try to avoid it in my life, but I'm pretty sure I could watch someone be killed by a car with chainsaws running on the front of it, and like it would not fuck me up at once.
It just doesn't bother you, huh?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me much either, like I said, but teeth just it gets to me. I'm not a fan. So, hopefully, I'll get that fixed soon. I'll keep you all updated. But I fucking hate going to the dentist. I think a lot of people do. Because, it's freaky. Some fucking old dude with shaky hands just has you open your mouth while he's jabbing at you with fucking syringes and shit. It's ugh. But that's not the part that bothers me. The part that bothers me is when they fucking numb my mouth. I hate it. I hate it so much. I will let my teeth fucking decay before I go to the dentist just cuz I hate it when they have to numb my fucking mouth.
Then man up and ask for them not to numb your mouth.
I would rather have a numb mouth than be in the immense stabbing pain from them like scraping and like drilling into my teeth, all right?
Oh, then.
Also, it's not like if you showed me a picture of someone smiling, I'd vomit. It's just that like the idea of fucking with someone's teeth bothers me. I'm very sensitive about my teeth, is what I'm trying to say. So
I have really sensitive teeth as well.
that sucks. Actually,
But not
ironically,
like the front.
Mhm.
But not like the front teeth, but it's literally just the ones in the back.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. So I could like eat an ice cream sandwich. Just take a big bite out of an ice cream sandwich, take a big bite out of an ice cream cone. Ice cream bone.
Ice cream bone.
Fuck off, Joey. You got me on bones. And take some ice cream bones. I take a bite out of an ice cream cone and like doesn't bother me. It touches the back of my teeth and I might as well fucking die on the spot. It's my bane.
Nice. Well, ironically, like I said, I'm sensitive about my teeth, but my teeth aren't that sensitive. So it's it kind of bugs me. Is basically what I'm saying. And I know the topic is kind of distasteful. A lot of people are freaking out right now, not liking it. Hello, Winsler. Thank you for the support.
Thanks, man. I didn't think of any of it.
Just to get off the topic of decaying teeth, I guess we'll take a second to get caught up with chat here. First things first, I'm going to read Joey's question from all the way at the beginning. Why do I hate anime as a meme in D&D, but not in the very rare cases I enjoy anime? Well, I hate anime in general. It's just there are a few
Okay.
exceptions.
I'm sitting right here, but okay.
uh, hello?
Fuck off, Pikachu.
Can I help you? Guess not.
This is why Pikachu shouldn't have cool boy rank. I like how she starts talking like the second you're already moving her, which is probably the
I
funniest thing.
did not do that.
I don't know who did then.
It wasn't me.
Couldn't have been me. Fuck off.
What's up, Winsler?
I'm trying to
just
be
wanna
funny
interrupt.
here.
I just want to let you know, if you'd watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you would probably be an anime fan.
No,
That's all.
I can guarantee you no. I vehemently refuse to watch JoJo because the fans are the worst fucking shit ever. I will stand by this. I don't care how many people oppose me for this, but I will stand by when I say that JoJo fans are worse than bronies. Are you trying to
Let me tell
dispute me?
You know what? I was non-existent, you know, on the days of the bronies when they were the master tards on the internet. So I can't really tell you. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that sounds about right. Or no,
I
didn't sound
I
right.
was. I've said this before, but I was a brony for a time. I enjoyed the show, and I very like top layer of the fandom. But then I
Eat your
started
meat.
to go like look down the barrel, and I was like, "Oh fuck this, I'm out," and I just dropped it. It's not a bad show. I just don't get the vehement like the religious fandom around it. I think that was a bit crazy. It was a decent show. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna dispute and be like, oh, yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid, but, you know, I had time. No, I genuinely enjoyed watching the show. It wasn't that bad as far as kids shows go. I just don't get the people that were, like, worshipping it. Like, it's the best children's show that ever existed. Like, those people were crazy. And the reason why a lot of people hate bronies. But, like, yeah, the bronies were fucking rampant. They were just completely psychotic. But I still stand by that JoJo fans are worse. Because the thing is, at least bronies were, like, they'd mostly keep to themselves. Like, if they bled over into other fandoms, and they, you know, like, make crossover stuff, they didn't go and show it to the people of the original fandom. They just did it, they kept it in their own circle. Meanwhile, JoJo fans are so fucking annoying. They constantly shove it down your throat, and they cross over with everything. Everything must be JoJo. Everything must be a JoJo reference. Everything must, in turn, reference JoJo. Everything must acknowledge this show that I like. Validate me! That's
Don't yell
all
at
it
me.
is. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of fucking children running around thinking they're so fucking amazingly deep because they watch a show about some fucking dolphin fucker punching a vampire in the dick or whatever. Brownies kept to
I'm gonna be honest.
themselves for the most part. It was like a hornet's nest. You poke it and they'll all come out and, you know, fucking buzz at you. But JoJo's they are like Japanese hornets, fittingly enough, because they will
Let me-
just hunt you down to sting your ass.
Let me put it like this. I watched JoJo, okay, but if you ask me to go look at the fandom, I would fucking rather kill myself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, you like the show, but you're not a JoJo fan. Like, would you call yourself a fan of JoJo?
Yes. When I call myself.
Okay, so you're in the fandom.
No.
So you.
I am in the circle where I am outside the Tumblr fandom, which is where all that fucking stems from.
Literally
But-
speaking, like, calling yourself a fan would imply that you're in a fandom. Ugh, jeez. So that's why I just say, like, if I like something, but I'm not associated with a fandom, I'll just say, oh yeah, I like it. Because if you say you're a fan of something, the first connection people are going to make is fandom. That's just how it is these days. Like, for instance,
yeah,
I'm a part of the
I would say I
TF2.
just like it.
I'm a part of the TF2 fandom. I'm a fan. I'm in the fandom, and I really enjoy it. I love TF2.
Not the Reddit fandom. You guys can kill yourself.
Yeah.
If you use Reddit to state your opinion,
I will say this. It's the Reddit hive mind is slowly becoming self-aware. I'm seeing more and more people actually say, I actually kind of like random crits, or maybe Uncle Dane's just being a bit over-exaggerating, stuff like that. I'm starting to see it. They still get lambasted, but they actually get a good number of upvotes on their shit. So some people are actually like, I like them. What's wrong with them? And it's still such a stupid argument. Like, can you come up with a good argument as to keep something in a fun, goofy, arcade-style, casual multiplayer game besides it being fun? Like, what other excuse do you need? Isn't that the whole point? That's fun? Whatever. Yeah, so that's why I'm not a big fan of anime. Getting back to that, I want to finish that. Is because anime fans are the fucking worst, especially JoJo fans. But beyond the fandoms, I just hate anime tropes. Like the whole overblown reactions, the non-human dialogue, the overblown fight scenes.
fuck shonen. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Shonen.
Sure.
I can't fight you in a. I was watching the finale to someone playing Jump Force. They're
game.
like, and yeah, that game. And it's just like, why doesn't in Dragon Ball? Why don't they all just team up and fight together? Because that'd be, when they're fighting Frieza, wouldn't it just be easier if like 30 people ganged up on Frieza and beat his ass instead of Goku and Frieza and a 1v1? But then, the writer's like, yeah, that would be pretty stupid if like 29 people sat on the sideline and watched Goku and Frieza duke it out. So they wrote in some bullshit Saiyan pride. Every single shonen anime has some sort of bullshit where it's like, hey, this has to be a one-on-one fight because of pride or something like so negligible it just shouldn't ever matter, so that it can be a one-on-one fight. And it's just so like disconnected from the world because it's like, oh, it's a Saiyan's pride. They can't fight in a 2v1 fight. It's not fair.
I mean, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's just that it's stupid, I guess.
Yeah. That's why if you're gonna make a one-on-one fight, you should at least like lead up to it, not be like, we're just gonna sit on the sideline and watch.
Yeah.
Because that'd be funny. I'll wrap this fucking around to JoJo. Okay.
Sorry, I was.
They did that once, and they're like, oh, we're gonna fucking one-on-one fight. Story reason is we're warriors.
Okay.
Wow, what a boy. It's like, okay, well, this seems really roped into a one-on-one. And then it was like, oh, there's another one-on-one between another two characters, and then the other one's like, actually, I'm gonna cheat and just bring in like 3 henchmen.
Oh,
that okay?
That's good.
No, that isn't okay. Also, I'm gonna get my henchmen will actually fucking beat your ass, and then I win, and say, haha, I beat you, retard. And that was part 2, best part in the entire show, and then they got into part 3, and somehow they wrote a horrible story, and then certain like, oh, here's a one-on-one fight. How do we get this one to initiate? Well, how about we fucking kill one of the characters straight up to prove that he is an actual fucking demon. Not be like, oh, he knocked him out. No, he's fucking dead.
Well, that's
like actually middle of the episode.
that is a good way to show off a character's strength, but it has to be done right.
Well, the dude came up with like a big ass play. He's like, this'll stop him. And then he just Dio just fucking time stops and floats over there and fucking kills him instantly.
Yeah, stopping time is a pretty.
It was a 2v1 fight, and then Dio just stops time and turns it to a 1v1.
Nice.
And it's like, well, okay. How did we make this a one-on-one where it's not someone just sitting on the sideline watching? Well, it's actually 4v1, but two of them were following it behind. Well, he just fucking kills one of them, like, instantly.
Look, the easiest
Okay.
way to enforce a 1v1 like showdown thing is like the easiest way to do it is to just have two characters. If you want to have a 1v1, you don't want people saying, "Why is it a 1v1 if they're there?" Don't add the friends in. Like they're not there. Have them go do something else to occupy their time. Cuz it would make no sense if the group of adventurers go to the final boss, and then the leader steps up and fights him in a 1v1, while his friends are right there in the same room and can help him. It
But
makes
it's my
no
Saiyan's
sense.
pride.
Like, even if you explain it in story, like the prophecy said that only one can, like, fuck you, people are still gonna complain. Because that's
I'll
not,
do it anyway.
it's not interesting. If it is just like 1v1, no one else is around, that makes sense. The worst you'll get is like, why weren't his friends there? But then you could explain they were off doing something else, and they'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, responding to someone. But
anyways,
the other shit I hate about anime, because let's just keep going on about how anime sucks. It's just like all these anime tropes, like the fucking shitty. Okay, let me gather my thoughts for a sec here. Stuff like the overblown reactions, the non-human dialogue. I already mentioned those, but and the writing in general, and the fucking fan service. Like, there's always, oh, it's the beach episode. Like, just everything, every standard trope like that in anime is what makes me hate it. I can tell you shows that I really fucking enjoyed. I loved Avatar: The Last Airbender. Fuck you, that is an anime. I know it was Chinese, but it is an anime because
it was
art style.
Chinese.
Yeah, it was, or at least it was mostly inspired by Chinese fiction. I don't know if it was a Chinese. I'm pretty sure it was a Chinese crew that did it though.
I don't know who did it, but it was done so well that
Yeah,
it has earned a spot.
I personally I'd count it above anime, but technically it is an anime because of the art style. But it has none of those shitty tropes in it.
Well, yeah, my favorite. I just looked up a list on tvtropes.org of shonen tropes, and the first one, and this is gonna be the one that everyone knows it. Arc fatigue.
Art fatigue?
Arc fatigue.
Care to explain?
Slow pacing. Where
Oh, right. Like they burn
how
out.
we take this story arc that should last maybe like 30 episodes and stretch it into 120.
Yeah. So you have a lot of filler episodes because you have to have your
Naruto.
animators do something. Or fucking what's the deal with One Piece? There's like 1,000,000 episodes of that. What was it? One Piece or Fairy Tail, or maybe both? Just have like a
One Piece is current.
what? How many episodes do they have?
Currently 875.
That's horrible.
I'd like to note that they're still publishing the manga as well.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was the thing that Dragon Ball did as well. Is when they made the original show, the manga wasn't done yet. Or I'm gonna say manga just to piss people off. But the comics weren't done yet. So that's why you had 12 episodes of someone just standing there going because they had to kill time until they actually got the story thing in.
Yeah, and then they released fucking Z, and then they said, you know what? Let's do the exact same thing because people apparently like that. And then
I don't. I really fucking don't.
nobody didn't. So they released Kai, where they just took everything in Dragon Ball Z, and then said, what if we take out the 4 episodes of Goku screaming to power up? Ah, yes, that's a really good idea. And they cut the episodes back from Dragon Ball Z Kai and took out all the literal unnecessary bullshit.
And they lost like 2/3 of their episode count, didn't they?
Yeah, they still got they still had the screaming, but instead of taking 4 episodes It took like 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's how it should be fucking done. And it does, like, to throw it a bone, that would also make sense from a story perspective, because isn't the whole thing about Dragon Ball Z is just like he just gets more and more powerful. He's always exceeding his limits and getting more power. It would make sense if at the start he has to go "Nyeh" for 4 hours, but then 10, 15 years down the line he's just like "Nyeh," done, max power. Fuck you. That would make sense. All right.
I mean, currently right now, I'm watching Super in English because I hate the Japanese voice dubs for every character.
God, you think the "Nyeh" was annoying before?
Like, can
Yeah.
someone explain to me why Goku's voice actor is female? Why
What?
they haven't? Yeah, the Japanese voice actor for Goku is in fact a female.
Why?
Oh no, like you go look at like Goku and you're like, oh, I wonder what this person sounds like. You watch the English dub, so he sounds like a like. He's not dumb, but like
Yes, he is.
look, okay, in D&D stats, he's not a 10, but he ain't no 5 either.
He's a 7 at most.
He's about a 7 or 8.
Very below
Okay.
average.
And the way the voice actor portrays him is someone with like a 7 to 8 intelligence trying to prove that he's like a 10 or 11, You can really feel that, and then it's got a male voice behind it, and then you go watch the Japanese version and it's a high-pitched voice, and it's like, what the fuck? This is a big beefy boy.
That
Like,
makes
I understood.
no
I
sense.
understood during Dragon Ball when he was 6-year-old little boy.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense. The little boy's got high pitched voices, but no, like, hold on, I'm actually gonna look this.
Yeah.
How
Funny
old
story
is
about that
Goku?
though. Funny story about that though is my brother and I watched Black Butler together, cause like
That's the show.
fucking. I've talked about Kelly before, right? My anime friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't shut up about it. I was like, oh, just watch it. So I broke down and watched it. And my brother, to this day, is convinced that Ciel is a girl because of, like the whole fan service trap thing, and also because the voice actor or voice actress was a girl. So he's convinced that Ciel is a girl. I'm like, no, dude, that's a trap. That's what anime does. And he's like, no, it sound like a girl, look like girl, it girl, make no sense. I was running camping, got nailed to across. Nice. But no, like, just these anime tropes are horrible. Oh, the other one I was gonna mention. There are 2 animes that I really like because they don't do any of those tropes. The first one is Avatar. The second one is Castlevania on Netflix. That show.
That's a Netflix show.
That
okay?
No, listen, it is so fucking good.
It's a Netflix show. It either is like a 10 out of 10 or like a negative 12 out of 10.
It is 10 out of 10. It is so fucking good.
Yeah, I know.
I highly recommend everyone listening right now go and watch it. It is amazing. I love it. Not one single anime trope. And the thing is, they do like these big anime style fight scenes with all the flair and, panache, but they don't draw it out. They don't do any stupid like power of friendship bullshit. It's just really cool, really well animated fights that play to the character's strength. It is what anime should be. Because the whole point of the anime art style is to show off these really intense fights and these really intense scenes. And when you just have someone going "Nyeh" for 4 hours straight, it doesn't really do much, does it?
Oh,
Sure, it
as
makes
I
you
said-
appreciate the 5 minutes of actual fighting more, but like Castlevania does it insanely well. It is what all anime, like action anime, should aspire to be. Go and watch it. So you were saying, Gage, before?
By the way, just as a side note, I went to look it up. Goku would be 48 years old at the end of Dragon Ball Super.
Nice.
If he didn't die the 2 times. However, he was dead for a year after being killed by Piccolo
Sucks.
to kill Raditz, and 7 years after he sacrificed himself for Cell.
Nice.
which means that he has been alive for 40 years, but he was born 48 years ago. You tell that to someone and see if you're not crazy.
Oh god, now all I can do is imagine Goku as one of those fucking boomer memes.
Goku is a boomer. Goku is a boomer. So yeah, beginning of Dragon Ball Z gets to Frieza. You know, it takes a long while to power up to Super Saiyan. Then you get into the Universal Survival arc right at the end of Dragon Ball Super, which is where I'm watching currently, and he is literally switching between base form and Super Saiyan Blue, which is probably the most ridiculously named superpower that they've got. No. They called it Blue for short because they didn't want the voice actors to say Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan that many times.
No, but I'm saying there's blue and now there's black.
There was already a black. There was a character called Black in the show.
Are you talking about
Goku Black?
No, I was thinking of what's that dude? The black guy. The Black. What's his fucking name? He's got an afro, doesn't he? Because he's the Black, as Japan sees him. God,
I can't look it up. I look up Dragon Ball the Black.
Oh yeah, and it's just fucking Black Goku.
Yeah, no, it sends you to Goku Black.
Satan, that's it.
Mr. Satan?
Yes, Mr. Satan B. Elzebub.
Also known as Hercule Satan.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
but he's white.
Stupid name. What? No, he's black, isn't he?
That's his, by the way, apparently that's his stage name. His real name is Mark. I can't get over it. No, but like for powers, power-wise, Super Saiyan God,
What?
Super Saiyan.
I'm looking this up. He is.
Yeah, Mr. Satan is in fact white.
What? Wait.
He has a white daughter named Videl, who is the wife of Gohan.
What? I could have sworn there was a fucking black character though. I guess
Mr.
not.
Popo? You think of Mr. Popo?
Fuck you. But
Mr.
I guess it makes sense, seeing as how Japan is really, really like 1800s level racist.
I'm gonna look it up. How many black characters exist in Dragon Ball?
Not counting Mr. Popo, probably none.
Actually, they've had some minor characters that were black.
Yeah, I mean like main characters, like characters with names.
They've named every character, as a side note.
Pardon me. Fair enough, but
there was this one fighter in a tournament, and he was black, but he had big fucking red lips.
Of course.
He had a name, but like
no one remembers it because he was a black in an anime. So get him out of here. We don't want him.
Yeah.
We just need one to show up every 100, 200 episodes to prove that we are not racist, even though everyone knows we are.
Oh yeah, apparently while looking this up, there's an argument. Is Oob black or is he Indian?
What?
Okay, so
the fuck is an Oob?
Okay.
Either way, that's not a very flattering name, is it?
At the end of Dragon Ball Z, they killed Majin Buu, and Goku says, I hope you get reincarnated, but as a not evil person. And then they fucking time skip like 300 billion years or something stupid. And Goku and Vegeta have fucking beards. Like straight up goatee and beard.
Took him 300 billion years to grow facial hair.
And then they go to a tournament, and there's this guy, and his name was Oob, and Goku's like, hey, I think this guy's Boo reincarnated. And it's like, oh, what gave that away? The fact that his name is Boo, but spelled backwards? I wonder.
Well, either way, that's stupid.
It's a really stupid name.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. Someone had a kid, and he's brown. They didn't specify where he's from, but he is pretty brown, and people are like, he's black, and it's like, no, he's Indian. And I'd like to throw my hat in the ring and definitely say he's Indian, because if he was black, he'd have big lips, and
Yep.
he'd be fucking pitch black.
And probably have an afro. Because you know
Yeah.
how Japanese.
Vegeta is also 5'5".
I am taller than this
Vegeta is a manlet.
man.
Okay. Okay, go watch anything a Jump Force, any cutscene with Vegeta, and everyone towers over him, and it is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you go look at like Goku standing next to him, like Vegeta's head barely even comes up to the like chin of Goku, and this man says, no, I'm the best fucking Saiyan. Like, shut up, manlet.
Oh god. Yeah, just Dragon Ball Z is fucking stupid. But the nice thing about Dragon Ball fans is that they don't make any claims that their show is great. You're never gonna be like, Dragon Ball's the best anime. Like, he's like, dude, Dragon Ball's stupid. He's like, oh yeah, it's so fucking dumb, but I love watching it. Like, they realize it's just stupid, but they enjoy it. It's an enjoyable stupid, and I respect that.
It's an enjoyable stupid, and then you get to Super, where it's like stupid.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, they don't aspire to be anything more than just enjoyable stupid, and I can respect that. So, good on you, whoever the fuck makes Dragon Ball still. I'm sure it's changed hands like 90 million times. But, yes, while we're scrambling for a new topic, or maybe just continue the anime one, may as well take a second to catch up with chat. Pancake posed a question. What are you most favorite video games? Good question, Pancake. But what's my nostalgia? Like, what games? I assume he's asking, like, my favorite games from when I was a kid. Games I'm nostalgic for. Let's see. Mercenaries 2 World in Flames. That game was my shit. I fucking love that game. Oh, it was so great. That game is what gave me a true appreciation for sandbox fuckabouty fun. Because you could blow up anything in that game. Every building you could level. It was so fucking great. And it gave you so many different ways to blow shit up and destroy things. It was just so fucking great. I love that game. It gave you like a grappling hook so you could get into tanks and helicopters really easily. It gave you like fucking rocket launchers and jets and helicopters. It was a great fucking game.
I want to go back to the anime topic for a second, because we got off from One Piece.
Alright, well,
And-
seeing as how
okay.
that's pretty much the end of my answer to that question. Why don't you answer it,
Yeah.
though?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really have a lot of nostalgia for games, or like my favorite games. What
You
is
don't-
my most favorite game?
You don't
like, all
remember
time?
any games fondly from when you were growing up?
I don't even remember the names of them. My grandparents only let me play weird Sesame Street game. It is a fucking fever dream. If you ask me to remember it, all I remember was being. I don't even know which character it is. Every time I think about it, it changes.
Oh, fuck! I almost
yeah.
forgot the music. God damn it, why do I keep forgetting to do this?
Because it's gay. Anyways, the only thing I can remember is that,
Nice.
and I was driving through a cornfield collecting the letters of the alphabet.
Because that's just where we grow the alphabet, with the corn.
Yeah, we grow the alphabet in a cornfield. You know, where else do you get the alphabet? Soup? No, thank you.
Well, where do you think the alphabet in the soup came from? We
Yes.
grow it.
Yeah, where do you get the
out
soup?
in Nebraska?
Out in Nebraska. Okay, that's probably the only game I remember. It was on the Nintendo 64, actually.
Oh.
But then, get this: when we moved, we sold it.
Nice.
So I no, I don't own a Nintendo 64 because it was sold before I moved out to. I refuse to say where I live. That will be recorded and put on YouTube.
I don't know why you're paranoid about that.
Well, yeah, because see, here's the thing: if people want to go track you down,
I'd openly
And eat
invite
your
them
ass.
to.
and eat your ass, you know.
Dude,
more the
every
merrier.
night before I go to bed, I pray to my lucky stars that someone tries to break in.
What if I just knock on your door and run away?
I'd probably be pissed, but
Yeah, what if I did that every night though?
I just wait for you out there with a machete.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. You can do to me.
Like,
I
you cut
haven't
your hand
broken
off.
any laws. I haven't broken any laws.
No. Speaking of laws,
What if I
though,
just
did
throw
you
a
know that if someone breaks into your house, you cannot, like, it is illegal to shoot them unless they have something in their hand. So yeah, if someone breaks into your fucking house, you can't shoot them unless they are very obviously trying to take something. And the funny thing is, I heard the story from my grandmother, who's been broken into a couple times because, you know, they live in a nice area. It's just that the neighboring area isn't all that nice. Off
I got
topic.
an area.
But hold on, let me finish this right quick. But because she was talking to a comp about this when they were, you know, like asking her questions about, you know, the break-in and who stole stuff, and he just kept going on saying, "Do not shoot unless there's something in their hand. If you're going to shoot, they need to have something in their hand. So if we show up and you shot somebody, you want to make sure that they had something in." Basically, he was telling my grandmother to plant something on the guy. Which
I was
makes
gonna say
sense,
that.
because cops don't like fucking people breaking into people's houses. Are you high? But for some reason, there's a law against defending your home from someone breaking in, unless it... Because, like, technically, you can break into someone's house, just, like, rifle through their fridge, not take anything, just, like, look at what they have in their fridge. And if they greet you with a shotgun, just be like, "Hey, man, you're out of milk. Alright, see ya." And then leave. And, I mean, I guess you're still technically breaking the law. But you can't shoot someone if they're broken into your house unless they are actually trying to steal something. Which is stupid, because why would you break into someone's house if not to steal something? It's applied, or it's implied. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, you're allowed to check someone's pockets, but taking something is illegal.
Skyrim? Are we playing Skyrim now? We play
You can
Fallout 4.
rifle through this man's pocket, see what he's got in there, cup his balls, but the moment you take something, that's essentially what this is. I always thought that was the dumbest thing, but now I realize it's reality.
Okay, that's probably a Florida law because I just looked up my state law, and here's the rule. I cannot, if someone breaks into my house, unless, you know, they are clearly going to be able to take my life, or, you know, sees in the dark, you know, oh, this guy could take my life, I cannot kill them, or even shoot them to begin with. However, if, and this is a big iffy, there is a safe place to retreat. Okay, so, apparently that's why no one breaks into houses around here. Because if you do it by yourself, and, you know, I have a safe place to retreat and call the police, and, well, you're fucked there, bucko. But then, it's like, oh, well, I'll just break in with, like, 3 people and surround him. Well, now I have literal legal rights to shoot and kill you. If 3 people break into my house, all, you know, with the intentions of surrounding me, I have nowhere to go, there's no safe place to hide, I can use legal, deadly force on them. Now that right there, that's how you make a law.
Here's the thing, though. Like I said with my grandmother and the comp that visited her, basically, if someone breaks into your house and you see them just, like, picking through your refrigerator or whatever, you can just shoot them dead, and then plant something on them. And the cops will be like, "Oh, yeah, no, he had a thing. All right, he was here to steal stuff. Sounds good. You're off the hook." Because cops don't like arresting someone for defending their fucking property. They hate it. Civilians hate it, and the cops hate it. There's no reason this should be a law. like, if someone breaks into your house, you should have every right to kill them for breaking and entering into your house. But no, no mother should have to worry for her son's life when he goes and commits a felony. Like, it's retarded. So yeah, just if someone breaks, there's a lesson to take away from this week's episode, kids. If someone breaks into your house, shoot them and then plant a valuable object on their body. You'll get away with it. Because no cop is gonna investigate. Like, was this planted? We better scan for fingerprints. No, they'll be like, yep, there's a thing there.
Yeah, we have a state law that considers school staff as health professionals, and it's a felony to attack them. I'll beat a teacher up. I will fight a fucking teacher.
Yeah, that doesn't stop some people.
And that won't stop me from going back up to the school and beating up my old pre-cal teacher for being a fucking dickwad.
I feel bad for teachers nowadays, man. Especially my algebra teacher from high school. Because she had to deal with the dumbest kid. This lady had a doctorate, by the way. She was Dr. whatever the fuck her name was. I honestly can't. Smith. She had like one of those hyphenated last names.
Dr. Creator. Got it.
So we just called her Dr. Smith. But she was... I felt so bad for her. Because she tried, but the kids in her class did not. And one time... this really came to the front of my attention when one time I noticed that the clock on the wall was, I think it was behind an hour. It was off by an hour. I don't know if it was forward or backwards. But I pointed this out to her, and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm waiting for someone to come by and fix it. But honestly, I'm just glad that one of my students knows how to fucking read a clock. And I was,
oh my god!
And I was like, oh, wow, she is serious. That's really sad.
I felt bad for I feel bad for everything that my 8th grade math teacher, not math, 8th grade. Okay, look, I don't know what it is with me and math teachers. A lot of them, like, hit or miss when it comes to liking me. And if it's a hit, then it's like, Gage
they're
is a good
sucking
boy.
your cock.
No, it's like Gage is a good boy, okay? He's, above average intelligence when it comes to math. Okay, and when it's a miss, it's like, Gage, I would much rather see you fucking die in my arms by a blade that I am wielding than look at you for more than half a millisecond, okay? That's what the fucking misses were.
To be fair, I'm not sure how I stand on that scale.
Okay, would you rather acknowledge me as a human being or rather kill me and watch me die because I forgot to turn in a single thing of homework? Okay.
That's a hard question, man.
Okay, fuck off. Okay. Like here's the thing. When you get this day, you get to 6th grade, then you start having classes. 6th grade math teacher, yeah, I like Gage. He does his work. 7th grade math teacher,
I fucking hate him.
She didn't like me because she made us fill out a journal, and I thought said,
Dear diary, today
No,
I
no.
learned how to count to 12.
yeah, that's basically what it was. It's
Nice.
like the right side had to be word for word what the teacher writes down in her journal, and on the left side, I have to put that in my own words, and then fucking write a 20-page thesis on the fundamentals of what I learned in math, and that's stupid, and I'm not going to do it. And I passed that class with like an 80%, because I lost a solid chunk of that to not doing the journal. And she just hated me for it.
You know,
And then, in 8th grade, my math teacher, I didn't do like 2 homework assignments in a row because I forgot them and I wasn't feeling very good. And he calls me over to his desk, and he says, Gage, I don't think you're gonna make it past a freshman in high school if you keep this work ethic up, okay? And just to fuck with him, I didn't do the next one, and he doesn't even pull me to the side. He just walks over and sits at my desk, and he just says, Gage, you are not gonna make it out of high school, okay? And then I said, okay, and then I never tried once in his class. I passed with like a 80 or 90.
I
and
don't
then-
think you can pass with an 80 without making an effort.
Not really. I just fucking... Okay, I got really good peripherals, okay? Look over and cheat on the kid next to me. That is not even trying. That is just looking at someone's paper.
Nice.
And then I go to 9th grade, and well, he has a son at the same school I'm going to, who's like a grade ahead of me. I make it out of that. I make it out of
suck
9th
his
grade.
cock.
I make it out of 9th grade.
I fucked your kid. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, 9th grade math teacher. He's just cool. Okay, I don't think he has the bones to hate anyone except for maybe like. No, I don't even think that. I think you really got to try for him to hate you.
Nice.
And I go back for the first day to get their laptops, and I see him right there in the hallway. Fucking laser, I see him right there. I walk over to him and go, "Oh, hey there, Mr. Board. Remember when you said I wouldn't make it past freshman? Yeah, I guess he's a sophomore now, idiot." And then, like, leave him hanging on that. And then the day after graduation, my elementary school invited everyone that graduated to come visit. So yeah, I go down there, I go and visit, and then I walk, like, across the street to the middle school to go find him and shove my diploma in his face and call him a retard because he said I wouldn't make it out of high school, much less out of freshman year, and I fucking did it on time. Okay, shove that in your face.
Nice.
Fuck you.
Fuck that motherfucker.
What was I thinking of? Oh,
Fucked if I know.
I want to like backtrack a lot. You caught me off guard. You were talking about bronies, and then we moved on to anime real fast.
Right.
When it comes to bronies, I only knew one brony. He was in my journalism class with me. He sat next to me. He was pretty cool. I didn't learn he was a brony until I learned he went to some weird brony con.
Until it was
That was
too late.
Yeah, and it was a big disappointment when he went. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny. And then I said, okay, then I'm gonna hit you with a chair on graduation, by the way. And he was a year ahead of me. And he thought I was joking. And then I casually reminded him a week before graduation, his senior year, I said, hey, remember that promise I made to you my freshman year? No? I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Just day of graduation, he walks down the aisle, he gets done, they walk back, and he starts walking out, and here I come with like a chair. And he just stands there. I'm like, oh, hey there. Can't even remember his fucking name.
It's like, hey, Gage, what are you doing with that chair? Oh!
Yeah, he's like standing there. I'm like, hey, remember when I said I was going to hit you with a chair on the day of graduation? No. Well, I said it 4 years ago, and I ain't no liar. I fucking picked this chair up and hit it with it right in front of his parents, and then just walk away. You know, if you want...
Just like, hey, do you remember that promise I made in freshman year? No. Oh, now I remember.
Oh, no, yeah, it's like, oh, his parents just watched me dance.
You didn't get invited over to their house much often after that, did you?
I never went to his house to begin with.
Probably smelled a brody pee.
I thought that was really funny. But yeah. Back on the One Piece. One Piece is 876 episodes actually since 1999. Take a guess what percentage of that is filler?
90.
No.
How much?
12.
What?
Yeah, only 12% of that is like actual skippable garbage.
What? How?
Because they put a lot of episodes into just moving the story along, and then whenever they make a filler episode, they put like it's either two of them that are like mostly backstory, but this backstory, especially the early ones, it's like, oh, I understand who this character is, and then after that, they don't do a lot of filler episodes to explain more backstory you didn't need to know, because, well, they use the filler episode, the 5 filler episodes when you meet the character, to, hey, get this, we'll use those filler episodes to describe the entire character up to this moment. That way, 500 episodes later, I don't have to explain why so-and-so is this way because of some oddball thing that happened. No, it's already established.
Right. Well, I don't think you could have that many episodes, no matter how, like, what percentage of it is plot relevant, without having some sort of fatigue in the writing.
Well,
I mean, what is the main plot? They're after that one pirate dude's treasure, right?
Yeah, the guy that said "Arg, I hate
Oh,
the nerd."
okay. How many episodes can you spend searching for something before you fucking find it?
Well, as the plot device to make sure that they don't find it in like 10 episodes, they're like, well, first off, you gotta travel halfway across the world, and the government's it's an anti-government message, and the government don't like it. So if they catch people, doing things like that, they fucking kill you.
Well, to be fair, they are pirates.
Yeah.
Not very good pirates, though. I don't think I've ever heard of them like actually plundering trade ships.
I've seen them punch a skeleton before.
Ah, there you go. That's a pirate thing to do.
That's a pirate thing. And then they recruit a skeleton.
Wait, they punch him so hard he goes from evil to good?
No, they punched him because he was a skeleton on a ship and he was singing. And they're like,
That's racist!
Skeleton! It was a skeleton with an afro.
That's racist!
They punched him and they said, no skeletons. And he's like, oh, wait a second. Guys, I'm just fucking angry.
Skeletal discrimination. Ban this sick filth!
Okay, let me say this. What do you think percentage-wise Naruto Shippuden is?
Oh, clearly only
It's
like
500
2%.
episodes exact. Naruto Shippuden is exactly 500 episodes.
Clearly,
Take a guess
they're
what the
just
percentage is.
Minimal filler. Clearly, all of it is plot relevant. It's all good.
214 reported filler episodes with 40. That makes up 43% of the show being filler. It is almost half filler. Okay, and then the original Naruto is 44, which
44
Okay.
episodes or 44% filler?
percent.
Nice.
It's actually so funny that from episodes 136 to 220, which is the last episode, are reported as just filler.
Wow.
They were just running the show to run the show.
Oh my
They made
god. Hey, can you
60
blame them? They've got fucking bills to pay.
It's hilarious. Bleach is 46%. Now that's
What's like the highest percent rate for filler? Like, what anime is 90% filler? I want to know.
I want to know. I'm on the animefillerlist.com.
Alright, well, while you search that, we've passed the hour mark, so we're gonna take a little intermission here. So I'll be back. I'm gonna get a drink. I suggest you do the same. Go to the bathroom. We'll be back in a few minutes. Here's just some nice jazz to fill the space, and I'll be right back.
And he's none the wiser.
And we're back. I
Yeah.
got myself a strawberry bowl. It's actually a fruit punch bowl this time, but you know, you get the message. What's up, Muffin? Alright, we're back, getting back on topic. So, what anime has the highest percentage of filler episodes?
This website will not let me search for that.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's a
I
website
really
dedicated to like filler, like anime filler info, and they won't tell you which one is like number one.
Yeah, it really will. One, what anime has... Okay, this one, the anime and manga. Okay, what anime has the most number of filler episodes and the longest filler arc? And... percentage-wise, apparently it's Bleach, which is 44%. Which beats out Naruto... No, it's 46%, my bad, because the last fucking arc was so horrible that a lot of people wrote it out of canon and had to make the entire last season.
Wait, for Bleach or Naruto?
Bleach.
Okay. The only
I'm with him too. It's shit. Like it is
Yeah.
worthless.
I never watched it. Oh no. Okay, I was about to say my only exposure to Bleach was a Robot Chicken sketch, but I remembered that wrong. It was actually Inuyasha they were making fun of. It was just I thought it was hilarious. There was a sketch on an episode of Robot Chicken where like this little girl kicks her dad off of the TV so she can watch Inuyasha. So he starts watching it and he goes complete fanboy over it and becomes even more obsessive over it than she is. So like, yeah, later like it cuts ahead and then he's like, "Hey, you want to watch anime with me?" And she's like, "Oh, Dad, fuck off!" And she storms off and he turns it back to the game. He's like, "Heh, dumb bitch." And I just thought that was great. I'm not really doing it justice. Just go watch the entirety of Robot Chicken.
Okay,
It's all good.
So here's the answer. Do you want number of episodes that are filler, percentage of the show that's filler, or the longest filler arc?
Do all three, starting with highest percentage, because that's what I'm
Okay.
really interested in.
Highest percentage is Bleach. It is roughly
46.
46%.
Damn, almost half of it is worthless.
Yeah.
That's great.
The show with the most filler episodes
Mhm.
is Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, because what'd you say? The last like 60 episodes were all filler.
No, that was the original Naruto.
Oh.
Naruto Shippuden, of its 500 episodes, has like 200 something filler episodes.
Oh god. And
Actually,
the
I'm
longest
so
filler
upset.
arc?
It's 214 on Naruto Shippuden. Okay, longest filler arc and like relative ease to the show is Samurai X.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's some fucking shonen.
Look, the
Where-
only samurai show that's worth half a squirt of piss is Samurai Jack, and we all know it.
Get this.
Mhm.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
While you do that, I'll just talk up Samurai Jack some more. Go
Okay,
watch it! It's
it's,
good! You gonna... What are you saying?
It's a 100 episode show, and the last 55 episodes
Oh.
are filler.
Wait, then how is that not a higher percentage than Bleach?
I don't know why.
No, that... 100
Because
episodes...
this website can't fucking count. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Call me fucking wrong. Oh, that's because people are still fucking debating, like, when did this show fucking come out? Oh, 1996? Yeah, people are still debating if there are... It's 20 episodes within those last 55. Are they canon, or are they absolutely worthless? Let's argue. 1997.
Nice.
Guys, it's been like...
Over 20 years, yeah.
It's been over 20 years. Fucking decide already. Is episode 58 canon or not? Let's find out.
Here's a forum post that has been constantly updated since the fucking 90s. Also, Joey, you're wrong. There's only 5 seasons, you fucking mongoloid. And also, fuck you. I liked Ashi. Granted, I never thought to myself, you know what this show needs? A romance. But the last season was fucking great. Not the best season, though. Like, the entirety of the show is fantastic. But the last season was the weak point, which is, you know... that's not saying much, because it's still incredibly good. But it definitely was the weakest part. Because,
what do you have against the ending?
I don't have anything against the ending.
Joey.
Joey does. Yeah. Dissatisfied with the way it finished. I mean, it makes sense, you know, like Ashi went back, stopped Aku, never created the future where she was created, therefore she disappeared. And I mean, I kind of like the bittersweet hit and run ending, because like Samurai Jack, Jack finally did it. He finally accomplished his life's work to defeat Aku once and for all, and it only cost him like the only love he's had for his entire life. It's like his true love. Not to mention all of the friends he's lost along the way. It's really bittersweet, and I like it. Yeah. It cost him everything. That's what I really like about it. Because technically it's a happy ending. He did accomplish his goal, but man, it is not happy. I love it. But getting back to what I was saying about Season 5 being the weakest part, is that what was really great about the Cartoon Network run is that it had more limitations. For instance, they could not show blood on the Cartoon Network run. So everything he fought was, it was all robots. But some of the shit they did with the robots was really crazy. The one that stands out the most to me is, I think from the second season, I think it was the season 2 or 3 pilot, actually. Not pilot, but the first episode.
I don't know my seasons of Samurai Jack, except for the start of season 10. Not 10,
there's
5.
no... Stop listening to Joey, he's wrong. Season 5.
For whatever season you're talking about, can you just tell me the episode?
Yeah, I'm going to. But I can't remember what season it was, but I swear it was the first episode of it, wherein Jack's like out in the woods when some fucking like Bosnian family or whatever, like Romanians, show up and they try and eat his sword. And it turns out that they're robots that eat metal. So like he's hacking them up, and like he cuts through one, and like the flesh, like the fake flesh, peels off, and underneath is a red robotic skeleton. Fucking red. And then, like, the robots end up turning on each other, ripping each other apart, and eating each other, with this red fucking flesh being torn off them, and oil spilling out all over the place. It was fucked up. And they did that without a single drop of blood. Meanwhile, in Season 5, they could show blood because it was on Adult Swim. They got away with a lot more. But, I don't know, I think, limitation is what inspires creativity. It's a reaction to limitation. So when you have less limitations, you're going to be less creative because there's no need to be creative. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to get around those limitations. So when they were just showing blood, like, yeah, just hack up some dog thing. It's fucking whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, Season 5 was great, and it was a great ending to a great show. And I'm really looking forward to Teen Titans getting the same treatment. That's gonna be great. honestly, I'm hyped for the Cartoon Network or the Adult Swim run of Teen Titans. So
Yeah.
it's only been teased for like over a year now, but we'll get it eventually. Ah, shit! Drop my pen.
I feel like that's. how,
It was
they
confirmed.
should-
I'm gonna look this up because I know it was confirmed.
Look, when fucking Cartoon Network reboots a show, you know what you get? I don't even want to use my fucking mouth to speak the vile name of it at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll curse myself if I speak its name. And no, the other reboot, Joey.
Sorry, I was wrong. It is not going to happen.
Yeah, and so they have the fucking live action one where Starfire's
Is a fat
Black and
black girl? Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So
And
basically,
how should-
their response to the new season of Teen Titans is, "Why should we bear this responsibility?" So, yeah. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. Never mind, I was wrong. This is why you
Why
fact
does-
check stuff, guys.
I'm gonna be honest, the new Teen Titans live action thing, what even is that first off? Is it a show or movie?
I think it's gonna be a movie. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing, whatever it is, it looks like the fucking budget was a bag of peanuts. not even like a high quality bag of peanuts,
No,
but like
just
a really, really
7-Eleven peanuts.
not even 7-Eleven peanuts. That's too high quality. I'm talking like
Zoo peanuts?
zoo peanuts, but it's not even like a full bag of peanuts because an elephant ate some of them. And you got
Yes,
whatever
we get the idea. It looks bad. Yeah, I don't think anyone has high hopes for it, which may end up being a
I
blessing
do.
in disguise. Because who knows? It could end up pretty good, and people will forget the fact that they blackwashed Starfire. But
she's
I don't think it's gonna happen.
an alien, so she can be whatever skin color they
Yes,
want.
you're right. However, in every iteration of the comic series,
She's either
she's
white or
orange.
orange.
She has orange
She's-
skin.
Except for like the Teen Titans show on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, but she was kind of tan, so you could just say,
she
oh yeah,
was
she's orange.
yeah, she was kind of tanned. She was a tanned white, not orange. You know,
Still orangish, like closer to
like-
orange than black.
like I would call Donald Trump the same skin color. Okay, nothing like I'm not getting political here. Like he's done some of that tanning and all that.
Personally,
Like,
I've
he has
never,
orange skin.
I've seen all these pictures. It's like, oh, it's Cheeto. It's like he doesn't look that orange. I don't know. I haven't seen like
He's
a
gotten-
very zoomed in picture of him. though.
He is a orange tinted man, and that is the same as Starfire
Yeah.
in every iteration that has an opinion. And then they made her black and said, "Well, she can be whatever we want because it's creative liberties."
Look, okay, like if you want a sci-fi series where aliens are black and they're far superior to human and they look down on us pitiful whiteys because they're just clearly superior, that's fine. Not a lot of people like.
Melatonin.
Personally, I'm not interested in racist shit like that, but whatever. But this alien in particular has always been orange. Personally, I would have liked to see her as orange in the show. Because then I see her tan, and I'm like, isn't she supposed to be orange? Like, ever since I saw the original comics, it made me look back on the show and think, why didn't they just do orange? Like, it's not like it would have taken that much more effort. But whatever. She's always been orange. So why are they blackwashing her? I'll tell you why. It's for diversity. Despite the fact that one of the coolest characters, Cyborg, is black. Like, hey, fucking open your eyes!
Well, I'd like to point out that Cyborg is no longer cool because Justice League came out.
No,
and
fuck
they
you.
Turned him into
no.
a fucking joke.
No, fuck
Okay.
that movie. Fuck that movie. It no longer exists. It's
I am now
no
moving
longer
us
a
on
thing.
to a new topic. I will call this topic. Now get this.
Gargamel the Rainbow Vomit.
New. Superhero movies. Which ones are actually decent? Which ones are hot fucking garbage?
I'm glad you said decent because that is the highest accolade I'll give to any superhero movie.
Well, I will reserve one spot for above decent.
Alright, well, should I go first then, or should you, since you started the topic? Alright.
I'll let you go.
Alright, as host.
You French.
Let's see. The Dark Knight, because obviously Heath Ledger was he was made for that role. He was a psycho method actor, by the way. A lot of people don't appreciate that, but he got very into the roles. That's how he got such a dedicated performance. He carried that film. If anyone else played the Joker, it would not have gone over as well. He was just the perfect pick for that role. And it's a shame that he died, because I would have loved to see sequels with him as Joker. Because that was the whole thing in the movie, you know, he kept going on about how they were going to do this forever and ever, and then he fucking died. What an asshole.
Fuck you, retard. I hate you so much. How could you die? How could you make us put up with whatever the fuck his name is in Suicide Squad?
Oh,
Like,
Jared Leto.
I hate him so much, my brain chooses to forget his name. Like, you know what? I don't even remember what his name is right now. You just said it. My brain refuses to acknowledge his existence.
I want to meet the
That was a
guy
piss
at
poor-
DC who was like, okay, we have a long pedigree of really good picks to play the Joker. Mark Hamill has a great voice for it. Fucking obviously Heath Ledger was fantastic. Jack Nicholson was really good. He had a lot of energy. Who should we get for the new guy? How about the lead singer for 30 Seconds to fucking Mars?
30 seconds to Mars is about how many seconds I want to deal with you.
30
That's really
seconds to
funny.
stop button. Get me out of here. I don't want to watch this. That was trash, but I think it's not fair to consider DC movies to movies. Oh, there's a booger. Oh, wow. Yeah, Kilobytes just... Okay, wow. Welcome back, everyone. I just saw the kilobytes just like... The bitrate dropped to like 17 for a second. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But, so, yeah, it's not fair comparing DC movies to movies. Because that's like making the Special Olympian run the hurdles with the actual athletes. Come on.
DC movies are bad.
Now, before you guys go like, yeah, Marvel for life. No. Fuck Marvel.
Marvel just released a new movie. It's called Captain Marvel. Take a guess what I'd rate that on a scale of 10.
5, like everyone else.
I'd give it about a 6.
Yeah.
I understand the message in that.
Here's
Okay, but they did it in the worst possible way. Okay.
I didn't watch it because I don't care for Marvel movies. Like I was gonna say, I hate superheroes in general. It's a flawed concept because the whole idea is like, fucking look at Superman. He's completely invulnerable to all damage. He's essentially immortal. He can fly. He has laser eyes, super strength. He can like lift an entire planet. You know, he's bulletproof. Like nothing can
fly around
phase
the
him.
world so fast that he can literally undo the fucking fabric of reality and turn time back by just spinning the planet the opposite direction. Like, what the fuck does it?
That's-
You turn.
That wasn't actually, to that movie's credit, that wasn't what was happening. What it was, he was going so fast that he went back in time, and the planet rotating backwards was like a visual shorthand of it happening. He didn't turn back time by making the planet go backwards. That's not what actually happened.
Let me tell you this: if that's the way you fucking present it to me, and that's how,
Yeah, that's what it looks
shows me,
like. But
that is what you did. Anyways, I'll let you know that the best superhero film of all time is a bar. The first black Superman. Okay.
a bar, what?
It's a 1977 film called Abar the first Black Superman. It's a blaxploitation film, which means it's the best.
I love them.
Upon moving into a bigoted neighborhood, the scientist father of a persecuted black family gives a superpower elixir to a bodyguard who happens to be black, and then he goes and fights crime.
Nice. But superheroes, like I was saying with Superman, you know, he's completely invulnerable. So what could pose a threat to him? How about this other godly fucking creature who's you know, so amazing? And then, Superman overcame that. Now what do we do? It's just this constant fucking ramping up of the scales to the point where it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, every single fucking superhero has super fucking intelligence and super strength. They have, like, they can heal from anything. So, like, what's the fucking point? Why should I care about this character if nothing poses a threat to him? If nothing can phase him? It's not interesting at all. You know what's interesting? Characters with flaws and, like, downsides, like quirks and shit.
Syndrome.
Stuff that, you know, normal human beings have. Vulnerabilities.
But they're not normal.
Yeah,
But
well,
they're not-
then how am I supposed to relate to them?
You're not. You're just supposed to find the funny action scenes, and when they say, haha.
If I can't
Penis.
get interested in a movie, if I can't fucking, like, look at it and look at the characters and be like, okay, I care about this character's struggles, then how am I supposed to enjoy it? Like, oh yeah, just, you know, big superpower punch-up, that might be interesting, but that's not what any of these fucking superhero stories are trying to do. They're trying to be taken seriously. Like, this is total cosmic annihilation, everything in existence will be destroyed. Like, okay, you can go back in time. Why should I care? Nothing is permanent, and even when a character dies, that's just like one universe. There's still like 80 different ongoing series where the character isn't dead. Nothing is permanent. Everything goes back to the status quo. It's not interesting in the slightest.
Anyways, yeah, The Dark Knight. Okay, to put this to rest
Yeah.
as it is, we will start with the fucking DC films, you know, the fucking heap in the trash bin.
Yeah.
Okay, the fucking dumpster fire.
And then go to the smaller, not on fire dumpster that is Marvel movies.
Yeah. So, I'm going to pull up a list of DC superhero movies,
Mm-hmm.
and we will give a brief fucking talk about every single one. I'm going to start with... Where do you want to start exactly?
Start at the
Like, right
beginning.
for- 1951?
Yeah, do a timeline.
Okay, 1951, Superman in the moment.
Superman the moment. Sounds interesting.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the best place to start is when it's literally like, in quote, modern. Or like at a point in which we've probably seen the movie. Because I'm gonna tell you what. You ever seen Return of the Swamp Thing?
No.
Ever seen Superman 3 from 1983?
Oh, God, no. Wait,
Yeah,
was that the one with
exactly.
Richard Pryor in it?
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure it was. Because I remember Superman 4 was about him, like, stopping nuclear Armageddon.
The Quest for Peace? Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
Fuck that
so-
movie. That movie was trash.
Yeah, but like you probably haven't seen any of them. So let's just go back to when you probably seen it. Anyways,
I have
I'll
seen Superman 4. That was bad. That was really bad.
Let me
that's-
go back to the first one I've seen.
Nice.
Okay, can you guess what that one is?
The first Superman?
Batman and Robin.
Oh, fuck that movie!
I watched it as
Ah.
a joke and said, God, I wish this was...
I
no
watched it
would."
as a kid, and even as a child, when you just kind of take everything at face value and you don't really see things critically, even I thought it was garbage. That was just a bad movie. It was so bat nipples.
Okay, let's actually go. Batman Begins.
Is
start
that the
there.
one with Liam Neeson?
Mm. If you ask, I have the Wikipedia page.
Well, look it up.
It's the one from 2005.
That's the one with Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul, right?
Yeah, it does star Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
so-
that's what I'm thinking of, with Liam Neeson as the main baddie, Ra's al Ghul. I never watched it, but from what I hear, it's okay. Gee willikers, Batman, my dick fell off.
Okay. V for Vendetta.
What?
Apparently that's in there.
That was published by DC?
List of films based on DC Comics, I guess so.
I never realized that the original comic was published by DC, huh? Well, yeah, the V for Vendetta is really fucking cool. It's really enjoyable. I haven't read the comic, so I can't really appreciate the story. But
By the way,
the movie's
I
really
like-
good. I liked it.
By the way, Alan Moore, the guy who wrote the
Didn't he
original-
also make Preacher?
Oh no. Let me go check. By the way, he wasn't even credited. By the way.
Yeah, I don't think he liked the movie.
Okay, which one? What was the thing you're asking about?
Is Alan Moore the guy who made Preacher?
How do you spell Preacher?
Preacher.
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of someone else. Boy, that's a fucking ridiculous series.
Yeah. Superman Returns.
Superman Returns. Don't think I've seen it.
I have. I in fact have it on DVD.
That's sad.
I'm going to tell you this.
Mhm.
Anything that I mention here that has the word Superman or his name anywhere near it, it's automatically bad. They don't know how to write a Superman story that's watchable.
Because-
okay,
Again, like, he is a god. How can you care for anything he does?
okay, here's the thing. You know how you write a god character like that and then make it interesting?
How do you propose?
Okay, so instead of focusing on him being a fucking god and him using said godly powers, you basically have to write it about a god trying. You focus less on the god powers and the more of the how does this man fit in with normal society?
Yeah, the comparison of
Because
the god
then
of
it's
being-
like it's like, oh hey, weird, he's got to do something weird that people sometimes do themselves.
Actually,
that's really uncomfortable.
I'm gonna take a second
That's
here
how
to
I
air, not really air, but more like advertise a story I'm currently working on, and I'm actually gonna be putting, like fingers to keys on it, since I'm not actually writing it physically like you care. Basically, something I'm gonna be writing once I finish with my current book is basically basically like Wonder Woman, like. Basically, female Superman. She's got all the. Is that necessary?
I'm trying to drink water.
Okay, did you really have to gargle it?
That's not gargling. I don't even know how I did that.
Don't. Well, whatever it is, don't do it again. That was weird. But basically, like female Superman, like she can fly, she's got super strength, she's bulletproof, and all that. But focusing not on her. So the plot is she's completely stopped like most petty crimes. Like no one's going around mugging people anymore because it's not worth it. So instead it focuses
It's not
on
the 1970s.
Well, I mean, like people still get mugged nowadays, man.
Yeah, but it's not like the fucking 70s apparently.
Yeah,
Or
where
you walk
everyone's
down
a
the
mugger.
or or 75% of the population is a mugger and the other 25 is an old lady. Do you get
One
mugged?
in 10 people will be a victim of crime. That means 9 out of 10 people are criminals. Yeah, but focusing less, so it's not that. What it's focusing on is, I think Will you know when Will talks about like Wonder Woman getting raped, this is the idea that I proposed to him that he's been giving me shit for, even though I think it's a good idea. Is she has a rape fetish. So the conflict is how does a god feel vulnerable? How do you rape a god? And the story would focus on her
With
basically trying to get a not so much converted, but more like a recovering rapist, like someone trying to work hard to better themselves and break this horrible habit. Not really habit, but this horrible, I don't know what to call it. Just try and suppress the rape in them, the rape urge, as the feminists would say. And she's trying to manipulate him and trying to like use him to get her rocks off, essentially. I honestly think this could actually go somewhere, because, like I said, it focuses less on the godly character getting in a fight and more about them as a person and how they fit in. Because you've seen all this stuff like Clark Kent trying to oh, he's such a nerd. He doesn't fit into society. But honestly, like, would you try and rape Superman?
If he kills me, I die, and that's a plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might as well.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my hand at it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm currently finishing up with a book. So bird. Rape a
Crazy.
bird. I don't know when I said birds, but alright. But yeah, that's the problem with Superman, is that you can't really make their fights relatable. Like, how are you supposed to care about Superman getting into a fight? You know he's going to win. Because no matter how hard he gets punched, he's just getting punched. This man can shrug off bullets. And that's the other side of the topic I wanted to get to, is that, like, in order to fight a god, you need to make another god. And at that point, why even have them with godlike powers? Why not just have two normal beings with guns? That is a serious fight. Because it's not like two fucking Arnold Schwarzeneggers, like, gunning each other down with machine guns, the bullets just whizzing past them. This is, like, you get shot, you die. That's drama. Fucking two Supermen in a elevator in space punching the shit out of each other. That's a Yakuza game. It's not interesting. Sorry, Joey, but it's just truth. So yeah, Superman movies are usually bad because they focus on his fights. That's not... How am I supposed to feel invested? Because I know he's going to win the fight. He has laser eyes, and he can lift a planet. Which is weird, because gravity is relative. But whatever.
True. I think I said out with a friend about a year ago, because I started writing something like fucking writer's Grand Canyon. It's not even a block, it's fucking Grand Canyon. You can't cross that. Well, still can't even walk around it.
Well, like, what was he riding?
It was me, actually.
Oh, you were the one with Writer's Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you a bit of advice I learned from someone who's actually published works. Is that... Like,
self-published?
No, like, with Dark Horse. They do a lot of comic books and the like, but not like Superman comics, more like Preacher style, where characters actually
Jack
have
Chick
drama.
style? Are you telling me Jack Chick? Jack Chick is fucking dead, by the way. We can't joke about him.
No, fuck that. That man was hilarious. But no, like an actual published author. The advice I got from them was just, if you have writer's block, you gotta push through it. Get whatever horrible ideas you have out of the way, just get a placeholder in there, because you can just go back and fix it later. Like, when you're writing something, you should always have a start and an end in mind. Start at the beginning, and just do whatever it takes to get to the end. And once you've gotten to the end, you can go back and work on anything else in there to shape it up. So if you have writer's block, as long as you know where the characters are going next, what'll happen next, just push through to it, and you can just go back.
Oh.
So that's the
Damn.
advice that I got.
That's
But-
pretty good.
Yeah, getting back to the superhero movies, because we've got about 20
getting
minutes
back-
left. I kind of want to finish this.
We'll go back to your book real fast. Go to mine. How do you write a character with godlike powers? Well, instead of giving him like 30 godlike powers, you give him one
Yeah,
that's really fucking godlike power,
yeah.
and then you put like some like inherent flaw in it.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's like,
also more interesting.
well, it's a godlike power. Okay, I had a character. Okay, I'm like, okay, you got this world. Everyone's got these like pretty neat things. Okay, this guy spent 45 years of his life basically perfecting natural human regeneration because that's what he was born with.
Nice.
Okay, and he brought it from like, hey, I can heal a small cut on my arm real fast to I can regrow my entire arm in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, here's the fatal flaw with it. Well, first off, fatal flaw number one, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of your body's energy to do that.
Yeah.
And if it's like, oh, cut off like the entire half of him,
Oh.
you're still fucking dead, okay?
Oh.
You should still die. Your body does not have that kind of energy to do that.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I was paying attention to what you're saying, but like, yeah, that's interesting because, like, for instance, say a character could fly. That's cool, but you know, you could also fly into something and die. If you go too fast, you could fuck up your body. You could get like motion sickness. Like, yeah, you could fly, but there's a lot of fucking downsides to that. But basically, what I was reacting to there, Muffin, you are dead wrong on that. Because I just looked up Flash's superpowers.
Flash can fucking vibrate himself so fast he can walk
Okay,
through molecules.
Hold on. You want to hear all this? Here we fucking go. So Barry Allen, the Flash, has Speed Force generation. Barry Allen is the very source and creator of the Speed Force and generates it with every step he takes. For this very reason, he is unaffected if any other speedster tries to steal or drain his speed. Barry has shown that he cannot be stopped by any force if he absorbs the Speed Force, which is the dumbest thing, by the way. Like, start with a character that his thing is he runs fast. Cool. What the fuck is this Speed Force bullshit? Whatever. Anyway, he also has superhuman speed. So yeah, Barry has the potential to be the fastest of the Flashes, and is arguably one of the fastest beings in all existence. He's not even the fastest! Whatever, superhuman reflexes, superhuman stamina, superhuman agility, superhuman durability, accelerated healing, dimensional travel, electrokinesis, negate anti-life equation, enhanced mental process, enhanced senses, flight, interstellar travel, molecular acceleration, phasing, time travel, reality alteration, and vortex creations.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck you. This is what I mean. The Flash started off as just he could run really fast. That was it. That's what the original Silver Age comics or Golden Age comics were. He was just really fast. Look at all this shit now. Also, by the way, he knows abilities are credited as hand-to-hand combat, chemistry, criminology, and fucking hope.
Hope ain't a power retard.
One of his abilities is hope. Also, fucking Kid Flash has aerokinesis, decelerated aging, energy projection, energy construct creation. Like, it's infinite mass punch. Traveling near the speed of light acquired the relativistic mass of such speed to impart blows which could hit with a force greater than that of a white dwarf star. The super fast guy can punch hard enough to create fucking ripples in reality.
I know.
With this ability, get this, with his ability, he was able to knock out a Martian as durable as Superman from Mount Rushmore to the plains of Africa. Yeah, fuck DC, fuck superheroes. Getting back to the movies.
I know. Okay, let me pop on this real quick. Superman. I know for a fact, and I'm pretty sure Flash have the ability to fucking hold black holes in their hand. Okay, debate me. Fucking kill yourself if you think that's interesting.
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is why I hate superheroes.
2008, The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, Dark Knight. We already went over that.
Yeah.
It's
Green
good.
Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Is that even a movie?
Oh, poor Ryan Reynolds. He went through like 3 different horrible superhero movies before he got Deadpool.
Yeah. He fucking memed on it in Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Deadpool 1 and 2. He fucking jokes about it too. That's how bad it was that he fucking chose to joke about it.
Well,
Dark
I'm
Knight
sure the
Rises.
writers were joking about it, but still. Yeah. Dark Knight Rises, really, really overrated.
Yeah. Okay, Man of Steel, that's bad.
Oh,
Batman versus
God.
Superman.
The
So
dog! Why'd he go back for the dog?
Because he could.
Okay,
'Cause
when
the
I-
writers
when the
thought there'd be
movie-
suspenseful.
When the movie first came out,
Suspenseful!
when the movie first came out, I didn't look at it too critically. I was just kind of trying to have fun with it. But even I could not get over the fact that the dad went back for the fucking dog. Look, every single like health and safety video they show you at school is like, in the case of emergency, blah 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 blah, and they'd show all these videos. It's like, if a hurricane or a tornado is coming straight for your house, don't go back for your pets. If your house is on fire and you've gotten out but your dog didn't get out, don't go back for it. What's worse, a dead dog or you and your dog both being dead? If there is a massive tidal wave coming, don't go back for the animal. Get them out. Get them out while you can. But if you get out and they're still in there, don't go back for them. Every single video talking about safety from natural disasters mentions this. Why the fuck did the dad go back?
Because it was suspenseful.
And the dog died anyway, by the way.
Yeah.
They both died. Or no, the dog got out, but the dad got stuck. And guess what? When Superman goes back to visit his mother like 12 years later, there's a new dog. So yeah, your dad sacrificed himself for an animal that he could have outlived.
God,
fuck
damn,
you.
That's hilarious. Okay,
You
2016.
To quote someone far more popular than me, you had 2 chances at dad, and both of them ended in not dad. You've been double D-dadded and left woefully dadless.
Damn.
So what was next? Batman versus Superman? Martha! That's all I have
No.
to say.
Then Suicide Squad. Train wreck. No. There's a train wreck, and then there's Suicide Squad, okay? They're on 2 separate levels. I would much rather be part of a train wreck, have my name tarnished, and be put in the list of people that created that movie, okay?
You know, I just want to take a moment to bless the guy who did most of the work on that film. Like every single credit it was all credited to Alan Smithy. This man did so much work. No,
It's
but
not
honestly,
even a real name.
honestly,
It's not a real name. I'm calling it out. It's not even a real name.
no,
It's just like
the joke is Alan Smithy is the name people in the music industry would use if they didn't want to be credited for something. And sadly, no one actually refused to take credit for that train wreck, which actually is nice because now we know who's responsible for that.
fucking put them all at the stake.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, more like doctor-assisted suicide. Am I right? But yeah, it was
Wonder Woman.
horrible. It could have been good, but it was horrible.
Okay, Wonder Woman.
I didn't see
okay,
it.
okay. I'm gonna put this one on tab. Okay, we're gonna pin that, and we're gonna get to it by going immediately to Captain Marvel, because they are both effectively the same movie.
Nice.
Okay, they're both about women empowerment. Okay,
Mhm.
that's what Wonder Woman was made for, and that's what
Yep.
Captain Marvel was made for. However, Captain Marvel's story is garbage, like really bad, really incoherent, and the characters are there. They do a thing that progresses the plot, and then just cease to exist.
Nice.
They just stick around on camera because they got paid, except for Nick Fury. Nick Fury is an actual character because here's the thing. One, Samuel L. Jackson can act none like any of these retards.
Motherfucker.
Number two, and this is the big one, if you paid Samuel L. Jackson to stand around and not say anything, he would refuse the role.
Yeah.
Because he is the only character besides fucking Captain Marvel herself that do things more than once. Everyone else does nothing. When you look at Wonder Woman, it is the complete reverse. There's like one moment for most characters where they don't do anything, and everybody is like a human. They're actually like a being that exists. They don't just like.
So
do
like
a
in Captain
thing once.
Marvel, it's like, oh no, what would we do about problem? Hello, I am character. I will solve problem. There, I am character and I have solved problem. Goodbye. And they just disappear, right?
Shut up. Then they shut off and just follow her around because
Nice.
it's funny.
And then in
Okay.
Wonder Woman, it's like, hey, here's the characters and here's the stuff they do, but also they are people that exist, and here's
Yeah.
evidence of them existing.
They do more than one thing, and it's like here's a point in which they are not good. And like this character has been shown not to be good at anything so far. And then they get to a situation. It's like, oh, I'm actually really good at X task. Here, let me show you. And then does X task
So
pretty good.
the characters have like shit they have to do and roles, and even if they aren't like a great character, they still have at least a purpose for being there, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But like
that's
you
good.
can see you can see that they struggle because not everyone's a Mary Sue, Gary Sue, and good at everything,
Nice.
and no one's just a comic relief. And that is the only DC that is actually good.
Nice.
because here's
maybe
the
I'll
thing.
watch it.
Okay, when I say good, you are putting it into perspective of the rest of the DC films. Okay, it stands out as being the best of the worst.
So it's still not a great film, but
It's not a great
it's
film.
a great DC film.
Yeah, and for a film about women empowerment, it's like, hey, Wonder Woman, she's good.
Actually, that's something I never
Okay.
understood. How is Wonder Woman supposed to be empowering for women? She comes from a race that is entirely female. She should have
The,
no concept of, like, you know, the whole gender struggle in society. She comes from a race that,
watched-
like, that triumphs with,
Is-
you know, strength. They hold strength above all else. So, if anything, she'd hate modern-day feminists for just wanting to demand everything without, like, fighting for it. She'd be like, it's like telling you to get off your
Okay.
ass and go seize this power if you want it. Go fucking murder this dude. He's giving you trouble. Fuck him up.
Let me
that's-
put it this way. I watched a video, and it's like, well, Wonder Woman is about women empowerment because it's like, hey, you're better than who you think you are, because she leaves her prissy little home where everyone basically gets anything they want, and gets thrown into the real world where it's like, hey, women aren't. It's the fucking World War II era, so you can really say that
Right.
women are oppressed in that era.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, here's the thing. And then she just proves that, hey, not all women are fucking garbage. And that's empowering.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, however, this scene in which she's told that, that proves that women are better than what you think, is her being told that baseball isn't for girls, and then when she was in the fucking Air Force training and shit, all recruits beating on her, saying that she can't climb a rope and then jump between ropes or something stupid. I don't know.
And then
I'm
she
watching
did
fucking
the
movie.
thing,
And then
she
doesn't
did.
do it. She gets hit with a
Oh.
baseball and falls down, and then gets back up, and then she jumps on another rope and falls off and gets back up.
Oh, so she
And
wait, so she doesn't actually overcome this shit, just other stuff happens?
yeah, no, she gets back up after failure. But
Okay, I mean that could be inspiring, but that's not really what you're setting it up
But-
as. You're trying to set it up as women can do stuff, and then you set
Yeah.
up stuff that they can't do, and then they can't do it. You're kind of
Yeah.
defeating your message there.
Anyways, I'd also like to note that the first like half hour of that movie is incoherent and makes absolutely no sense, and then it finally starts to make a little sense because it get a story, and then it actually gets good. Probably about 45 minutes in when she lands on Earth.
Okay, that is a bad film.
Yeah.
If it takes
let's
40 minutes to get the plot going, that is a bad film. That is an objectively poorly made film. Go back and try again. And honestly, that's what a lot of these films are. They're objectively bad. I'm talking about Marvel films right now. Most of them are objectively bad.
Okay, and then we'll finish off because I haven't seen Aquaman. I really don't feel like it. It's also a new release.
I hear it's decent. It
Yeah.
actually wasn't like, unlike all the other DC films that didn't try and take itself like ultra seriously. You know, like in the grim dark future there is only Batman. You know, none like that. They actually had fun with it.
Yeah.
And
okay,
Jason Momoa is a cool guy, from what I hear. Haven't met him myself personally.
There's a lot. There's a lot of Marvel movies, by the way.
There's too many. Honestly, too many. Stan Lee,
Okay.
he was a great guy. Did a lot of inspirational stuff. The
Comics
films
are-
are just
Comics are okay, but you
Also,
know
let's
what, you
not
could-
forget that he had one good, well-written plot line, and the vast majority of the rest of his work were just kind of lackluster, ranging from lackluster to trash.
Oh, I'd like to talk about the end scene of Captain Marvel real quick.
Oh, I was
the
gonna
whole-
ask, did Nick Fury lose his eye to that cat?
Yes.
Called it. Fucking called it.
Number two, the whole movie leads up to, if you watched Infinity War,
Yeah,
Nick Fury
the
calls
dusting,
her,
yeah.
and then he calls her, and then, well, the whole movie leads up to Nick Fury, to her giving him the communicator, and say, "Here you are, Fury. Only call me in emergencies." And that explains that she wasn't there in Infinity Wars because she was helping a race of aliens that were branded as terrorists.
Oh,
by the
so
way,
we're
I'd also-
working in the brown people are okay message as well, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Except here's the thing. I like to note that it was like, hey, if the society says X people are terrorists, maybe it's not they're terrorists. But here's the thing: if you're also doing that as a brown people, aka Arab people, are good people, they are not just.
Maybe
all
you should
terrorists.
show the actual race you're trying to defend, and not other them by making them look non-human.
Here's the thing. The difference is, they were. The reason that they are called terrorists is because they don't conform to society, and that an AI says they're bad.
That's not really the deal with the. Okay, never mind.
And
Forget
the only
that plot
reason,
line. I don't care. I honestly
Yeah,
do
they're
not
like
care.
the only
That
reason
is
they attack
horrible.
people is because they're attacked. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll remember that the next time some guy blows up another marathon. It's because the runners attacked him or something.
Right.
You know?
They oppressed his freedom to blow up.
And then Justice League is the last movie of that, and God fucking damn it.
God fucking damn it.
It takes how long? Hold on, give me a second.
Okay. Hmm?
Let's see here.
Let's see.
Justice League is a 2-hour-long movie, and it takes about. The credits run for a couple minutes. So it takes about an hour and 58 minutes for, the actual good part, the ending, where they run the credits. So you can
Nice.
figure out who to fucking kill. Okay,
Nice.
that's the good part.
Also, I'm sick of all these really long films. These films do not need to be this long. For instance, Infinity War, there's no reason it had to be that long. There is a lot they could have cut out. But the characters! I want to see the characters interact with each other! Yeah, well, your characters are all the same. They are all the same fucking character. I honestly confused Iron Man and Doctor Strange while watching that movie, because they were both smarmy, smug, self-assured assholes that just never took anything gave shit, like, the proper, like, oh, fuck.
Okay.
Like, it should, like, oh, look, giant fucking alien ship fucking up New York. Just one of those days.
Okay. Let's start all the way back in 2000. The original X-Men.
God.
Watchable. That's about where I put it.
Yeah. Oh, let's not forget every single incarnation of the Fantastic Four. Let us not forget how they cannot make a good Fantastic Four film.
Oh, no, that's not until 2005.
There's been, like, what, 3 or 4 attempts now?
3.
Yeah, they were all...
4, okay, 4,
shit.
okay, 4, but one of them was unreleased, so I can't tell you if it's good or bad. It wasn't ever fucking released.
Good.
Okay, 2002 Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
That was a good film.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, just because, hear me out here. That was the... Okay, you go watch every single comic book movie, and what they did was like, hey, what if comic book, which is kid, was gritty and dark for adult? And then Spider-Man fucking comes along. It's like,
Hey, what if it was just enjoyable?
What if we took a thing that was primarily targeted at kids? Get this, targeted at kids.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Well, the nice thing about the Tobey Maguire series is that, like you said, they didn't try and take themselves too seriously, and also the casting in those films was really good. So the actors
so fucking bad.
The actors
It's
in the
good.
movies put a lot of energy in, and like they put a lot of effort, and you could tell they were enjoying themselves. So it makes the film more enjoyable. I mean, the third one was, let's not delude ourselves. The third one was trash, but it was still
watchable.
it's still watchable, and you could
watch
still
it, and you can see that they enjoyed being in
yeah,
the film.
you could see Tobey Maguire do the fucking dancing scene, and you could still get a kick out of it just because how bad it is.
You can see the energy behind it. Okay,
Yeah.
Spider-Man. No, Daredevil. I own a copy of Daredevil, but it's broken and is like 90% darker for some like stupid reason. So it's basically watching Daredevil, except
from a point of view.
From Daredevil's point of view, because the screen is almost entirely black because it's a dark film.
Nice.
And the story's really bad. It's just bad. It's actually really bad.
Yeah.
Hulk.
The first one. Watchable, technically.
Yeah.
If you do watch the movie, it is watchable. Therefore, that film is watchable.
Hold on. It's the one from 2003.
Yeah, watchable.
Okay. The Punisher.
Yeah.
You try to watch it. I got through it, but like, it takes a while before it's like a movie.
Alright.
It just seems like clips of something. Spider-Man 2, actually the best of the 3 original with Tobey Maguire.
Yep.
I really wish more movies were like it. It's not only good, but they have the villain isn't just like, I'm a mean guy because society said I'm ugly, or it's like something stupid.
Yeah.
It's like everyone he was here at like this high point, and you watch him go to a low point, and it's like, hey, and it's like Rogue AI says, hey, I'll take you from low point to higher than where you were. He's like, yeah,
there's
okay.
an arc.
You watch his fall, you watch him rise, and then it's like, well, in society wise, he fell and then fell some more, but he thinks he rose from where he was. So it's like, well, yeah, But then at the end, instead of just being beaten, be like, "Ha, you were beaten because you're bad." He like it's like he finally fucking redeemed himself. I was like,
Yeah.
well, what's that? The bad guy redeems himself? Crazy.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. Of the 3 Fantastic Four movies that were released, this is the best one.
That's not saying much,
But a,
though.
but a 40 out of 100 is better than a 20 of negative 12, okay? A shovel could have made a better Fantastic Four film than fucking Fan Four Stick, okay?
Fan Four stick.
Wait Oh, I forgot X-Men 2 because it was called X2, and I'm like, and I don't want to go over, like, you want to talk about some unknown film that no one's ever heard of? Because it's on X-Men.
Continuing the timeline.
Yeah, let's backwards a little bit ourselves to X2. That's
I never watched it. Continuing with the timeline.
okay. X-Men: The Last Stand. I saw this in theaters. Okay, it's the best of the original 3 because they
Okay.
put some fucking heart and soul into it.
Okay.
I don't want to even speak its name. You know the one starts with G.
Yeah. Good.
Starring everyone's favorite actor,
You've lost me.
Ghost Rider.
Oh! Why wasn't he in Infinity War?
God, can we get Ghost Rider? Can we get? Okay, actually, you know why?
Why?
First off, Ghost Rider is not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that they have set up in the movies. However, he does exist in the actual universe, but isn't played by Nick Cage. He's played by someone else and is an entirely different person.
And is actually well acted, huh?
No, it's from a show.
Okay, but the actor is not Nick Cage, right?
Not that one.
So it's a better actor then.
Yeah.
Continuing.
And I'd like to make a note that they did make a show with Ghost Rider from some other thing, and what's really funny is they took the original Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze and fucking killed him off so no one can say why don't we have Nick Cage? No, it's a different fucking Ghost Rider. No Nick Cage for you. Okay, after that we already talked about it. Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
They tried to pull a Spider-Man 2 with a bad guy, and, maybe not that bad of a bad guy,
You don't
he
always
redeems
need the villain to redeem themselves, all right?
No.
Sometimes the villain is just the villain. And like if it's a well-done villain, there should be no redemption because a good villain is just the hero of another story. Someone who believes they're doing the right thing. And because if you show them swaying and like thinking, "Oh, maybe this is wrong," then it weakens their argument.
Anyways, I'd like to note that the only thing we got out of Spider-Man 3 that was good was 1, the dance scene, 2, I hate to say it, but of all the recent Donkey videos, the only one I found a funny joke in was in the one about Spider-Man 3, where what's his face eating at a cafe, the one who plays Harry, and then a truck passes and he's gone, and one of the actors looks like a real surprise and he's looking under the table and he makes a joke that he's like, yeah, he didn't actually like get up and leave or do anything dramatic, he just hid under the table while the bus or the truck drove by, and this guy just watched this guy see a truck go by and he jumps under a table real fast for like no reason. That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
That's it. Also, number 3, figured out who killed Uncle Ben. Doesn't really fucking matter.
Dunkle Den.
Uncle Ben, Uncle Dane. Someone killed Uncle Dane. Spider-Man's when Uncle Dane died.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God. Favorite movie, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Except he's still around. His ghost haunts us. He's gonna be here
Shut
forever.
up, you ugly ghost face.
Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Could you imagine releasing a movie, it's bad, and saying, okay, we'll make a sequel, and then making it worse and thinking that'll help your franchise?
Yeah.
That's what Fantastic Four did.
Yeah. All right, let's just get up to the main like cinematic universe because I've been meaning
That's
to
a-
rag on this.
That's where we actually get to it right now. 2008's Iron Man.
Good. Iron Man 1 was okay. It really wasn't that great. Because fucking Jeff Bridges' character was. Can you tell me what his motivation was? Money.
What was this?
His motivation was
Who?
money. He just wanted to sell weapons and do that. Okay, fine. But that really doesn't carry someone to, like, getting in a giant mech suit battle with their boss and attempting assassination.
God, okay, I watched like 3-hour thing's worth of it, and he decided to list off the villains, and he called this category, whatever the name was, the Big Iron Man villains. The ones that are villains to be villains because it's
Yeah.
villain was required.
Yeah, exactly. They're shit.
No. There's shit. There was a shit tier. They were lower than shit.
I will
Because-
say that Robert Downey Jr., as much of an insufferable asshole as the man himself is, he's a perfect pick for the role of Iron Man.
Because he's an insufferable asshole.
Exactly. That's typecasting of the highest order.
Yeah. Okay. Then the Incredible Hulk, which was also under Marvel.
Eh.
It's worse than meh.
I'll
I'm
give
gonna
it a
skip
meh.
I'm gonna skip the X-Men movies unless they have like an impact on me. Because let me tell you this,
Most of them were just kind of meh.
they're all bad. They're all meta bad.
Yeah.
Hey, X-Men Origins Wolverine stands out in
Oh,
being
yeah.
worse than bad.
What did you do to Deadpool, you fucking bastards?
What did you guys do to literally anything? Okay, Iron Man 2. Never actually watched it. It's the only
That
movie
one-
I haven't seen.
Real bad. Real bad. Big bad. Big bad. Big bad.
The original Thor, not good until well after half
Really
the movie.
not
passed.
good. It's just bland.
Okay, another X-Men movie wasn't good. Captain America: The First Avenger. My grandpa really likes it.
Why doesn't anyone talk about male objectification in Hollywood? Did you know
Oh,
that
no.
Chris Evans had to dehydrate himself for 3 days in order to get that first scene where he pops out of the Captain America fire? You know, where he's like
Yeah.
completely shredded? He had to
Yeah.
dehydrate himself near to the point of collapse in order to get those abs. And you know what the
Yeah.
first thing that happens is? Female walks up and gropes him.
Yeah. That's how you get abs like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
abs
it's
are
not-
90% diet, 10% exercise.
No,
But if you
abs
really-
like that
no.
are like real defined and everything is less
Muscle
about diet. and-
defined muscles are like if you watch the Mr. Universe contest, those guys are about to die. They dehydrate themselves for days in order to get their muscles that visible.
Yeah.
Like the world's
Um,
most shredded man. I want you to look up the world's most shredded man and look at the difference between him on an actual like competition and his normal day-to-day look. He doesn't look anything like he does in the competitions because that's what he looks like with a healthy diet.
Yeah.
So, continuing with Marvel.
Okay. Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Remember they pulled the Fantastic Four. They made a bad movie and said, "What if we made it worse?" And
Ooh.
then they did. And then they said, "Actually, let's rewrite that. That's not bad enough."
Fantastic.
Avengers.
Meh.
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, the one, not the new ones with the dumb
Little
fuck
boy.
idiot. The one that would like just came up and died immediately.
The one with 2 movies.
Yeah, I
that
think if
died.
Marvel wanted to kill that series before it even began, then it's really not even worth talking about. So let's continue.
Yeah. No, the only thing that came good out of that was the one Stanley cameo. It's bad. The whole movie. The whole movie was that one scene, by the way, which is horrible. Let's see. Iron Man 3. Personally, I think
bad.
I thought it was okay.
You know what I remember about the villain? He had a bird. That is
Yeah.
all I can remember about the villain.
I can't even remember Iron Man 1 besides the part where Tony Stark blows up and says, we need no more weapons. Okay, another Wolverine movie. I saw that, the one where he goes to Japan. Wolverine in Japan, everybody. Woo!
Woo! We did it! We did it!
Thor the Dark World.
Oh!
The worst movie of Marvel. Under the fucking
Worse than
Marvel
fantastic.
Under Marvel Studios. Okay, that studios. Thor the Dark World is the worst movie to ever be created.
Yeah.
It is incoherent.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what was
And
the
there are
point in it?
elves in it. Elves make
Okay.
everything worse. They're like Batman. Just having it in there makes it worse.
Okay, I gotta go look this up because I don't know the name of the main. You know what? Too bad. Not gonna fucking bother. The main villain of Thor: The Dark World is a baddie in Captain Marvel, and he is somehow an even worse villain in
Nice.
Captain Marvel, by the way, which is hilarious. Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Please, for the love of God, stop enforcing your state homosexuality upon straight characters.
Fuck off, Tumblr. I'm gonna-
Okay, fuck your gay shit. First off, what's his name? Steve Rogers should hate homosexuals. He grew
Yeah.
up in the 30s. He hates homosexuals. I'm surprised he's not like an official member of the KKK. Also,
yeah.
shouldn't he think working with black people as a bit distasteful? Like Captain America would
Probably.
never go to Wakanda. They'd be like, "Yeah, we're going to a
Probably, but
country
he's probably
of
up-
just black. Like, we're going to Africa." Ew.
Oh no.
We're just gonna
They had a
gloss
black
over this.
person- They had a black person in his squad. I guess he learned. For
Well, I
black-
mean,
for black people, I guess he learned, but for the homo queer-ules,
yeah,
I
no,
don't think he did.
no. Just no.
Number two, I always point this out when people are like, well, he's not going to speak of, he's a bad buddy with a Bucky.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
oh,
what
look at that.
human
That's
friends
not
are like.
fucking- Well, yeah, that's what I say.
That's
you know,
the
hey,
problem.
you
That
ever had a
all of
friend?
these shippers don't have friends. They don't know
Yeah.
people in real life. They don't know how normal people act. Like, you ever read a book written by someone who is clearly a single child? Like, the interaction between the siblings is like, "Hey, bro, what's up, sis?" You know, they have, like, a real emotional, heartfelt scene. Like, no, you know what my interaction with my brother is like? Every time I see him, like, when we talk, I always end by calling him fat.
drop his fucking pants and suck his dick.
Close. I just call him fat. Just every time he's not fat. I just do it because I think it's funny and it gets on his nerves.
That's really funny. Okay, let's move on. Another X-Men. Oh, no. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. An even worse film. Literally fucking killed the franchise.
Not even worth our time. Keep moving.
Okay. Another X-Men movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Best of all the MCU movies. Because,
yeah.
you know what?
They
The
just had
Russo
fun
bro-
with it.
Yeah, the Russo brothers know how to fucking write
Yeah.
and film, okay? They said, hey, look at all these dark, gritty movie. What if we made a fun superhero movie? And that... Okay, after the failure of the next movie called Avengers Age of Ultron...
Well, I wouldn't call it a failure. I did like Ultron as a character. It was just...
I did.
Because here's the thing. Of all the smarmy douchebags, it's funnier when it's like a non-human entity. Because, like, you know, he's an AI modeled after Tony Stark. It makes sense. And he actually had some good lines.
You tried to... Oh, you're trying to get me to monologue, aren't you, retard? No. That...
Funny thing, I didn't realize this, but The Incredibles is the movie that created the term, or popularized the term monologuing. Okay, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you playing with tape?
I am not playing with tape.
That is exactly what you're doing.
There's nothing what I am doing.
Whatever it is, stop it.
Okay, next movie down the line, Ant-Man.
The Man of Anne. Next.
Fan Force Stick.
I
didn't get to see it until last year.
Next.
I didn't actually watch it. No, I didn't. Let me say this. I didn't watch it until last year. I thought it was bad. I couldn't have been any more wrong.
Oh, hello, Tanner.
Bad does not start to begin to describe this
Yeah.
fire.
Dumpster.
Okay, number
fire.
2, 2016. Deadpool.
Fucking great. Love that film.
Yeah. Captain America: Civil War.
Why? Okay. The comic series that was based off of had pretty much every single Marvel hero. That's what made it cool to read, cause like every single one of them. And then in the movies you have like 12. What? Why even bother?
Yeah, why'd they bother with? Look, I would have been fine if, because when they released that, I sitting on my desk, have a very mixed response game over there called Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
Okay.
I like the first half of the game when it's about, you pick a side, okay? You go through the game, it's like, the whole, like, events of the Civil War, begin to start. It's like, okay, superheroes, you want to, that. And then you have separate missions. One of them is, one of them is like, oh, you're tracking them down. The other one is like, well, you're just doing your basic shit and all that. Problem. Halfway through the game, you go to this one area. I can't remember what it is. I'll just call it Chernobyl because that's what it is, really. And you get fucking nuked by Green Goblin and Venom and saved by Nick Fury, who's white in these games, by the way. In only one game. Because he's white in, like, a comic. And, then the whole, like, fun where you had, like, to pick a side, like, and you fucking railroad right back to the same shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's basically what happened with Civil War. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
What lasting impact did that have? It's not like Captain America and Tony Stark don't trust each other after that. They just forgot about it. They pretty much forgot it ever happened.
But Captain America now has a beard, and he shows up like 99% less in each film.
Good.
Yeah.
Because they let the gays in.
Another X-Men movie, I watched it, mediocre, Doctor Strange. I pointed out that I didn't like it because it takes like 30 minutes or so before you get to like the plot.
That's a bad film.
And then someone's like, well, go watch Iron Man. He doesn't get in the fucking Iron Man suit till 30 minutes
No, but
in.
it establishes a plot from the beginning.
Yeah, the first 30 minutes, the most that happens is, he breaks his hands and, like, fucking annihilates them.
Nice.
That's it. That's all that happens in the time. Okay, number 2, 2017, Logan.
I've been meaning to watch it. Actually, funny thing, this is gonna take us back to DC, but my brother and I went to go watch it, but at the time I was 17 and he was 20, or no, I was 17 and he was 19, and you can't, like, you have to be 21 or older to accompany a minor into an R-rated film. We didn't know that, so
R-rated films are 17 and up, though. You would have been 16 because it came out in February of 2017. So you're probably 16.
Yeah, you're right. I was 16. So yeah, you have to be over 21 to accompany a minor into a R-rated film. We didn't know that, so we was like, oh, well, fucking, what do we do now then? And so we went and watched Lego Batman, which is a great film.
Yeah. Anyways, I would like to say I saw Logan twice.
It's good.
they really put a lot of effort into making it because there's a story. If you know who the characters are, Marvel, after Guardians of the Galaxy, we're trying to do we're gonna be funny now, because Age of Ultron didn't sit well with people, so they're like, oh, what if we just make them funny? Because Guardians of the Galaxy did well. Logan wrote a heartfelt story.
Yeah, it was drama, and they actually did it surprisingly well for a superhero story.
It was actually so well that I chose to go back to the theater and watch it again a few months later.
Nice.
Okay, because I really cared. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, another.
Okay, hold on. That movie was so fucking weird because the first half of it is horrible. The entire first half of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is horrible. Horribly written, horribly directed. It's just bad. After Ego gets introduced, then it starts to pick up a bit. But just, it was so bizarre because the first half of the film has such horrible writing and dialogue. It's just, what happened? Eventually, someone sober stepped in and took over. But man, I almost walked out because I just didn't. It was just not sitting well. It was just horribly written. But they did eventually get it back on track. It's still not a great film though. I give it like a 4 out of 10.
Okay. Up next, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Never actually saw it.
Neither have I. Next.
Thor: Ragnarok. They realized that, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 did better than other films. Let's make them fun.
And I did not have fun.
Thor should not be a fun movie when the first movie was the most generic fucking movie possible.
Always have, always will hate the Marvel version of Thor. 'Cause he's a sissy. It's supposed to be a Norse god. Why is he some fucking Hollywood pretty boy? I don't want to see him with perfectly sculpted abs. I want to see him with a fucking keg of a stomach, long braided beard, fucking grizzled, hardened look, like just swinging around a battle axe like nobody's fucking business, chopping people up. Thor in Norse mythology did not fuck around. Marvel Thor is a disgrace to the ancient mythology. It's just horrible in comparison. I would rather watch a film about Norse mythology Thor than that schlock. Also, I hate that film just because Jeff Goldblum is in it. He ruins every film he's in. If every time I see him in a film, I think, okay, how much better would this film be if he wasn't in it? And it permanently taints my opinion of it. So I give Thor Ragnarok like a 2 out of 10. Bad.
Comparable to the other Thor movies, actually, like, the better of them because...
Oh, yeah. The best Thor movie, but that's not saying much. They're all bad.
Okay, next, Black Panther.
That is the most pandering fucking... No, don't worry, black people. You have meaning, too, because the big whitey gave you purpose. Like, it is pandering bullshit. Of course black people can be good. We just had to come up with some magical space rock to make them superior. It's pandering bullshit. It's horribly written. And fuck his little sister. The worst character in the entire universe.
I am now the smartest person. I see Tony Stark made a suit of iron. What if I say, yeah, that's pretty good if you were 2 years old?
Nothing about her was justified. You never see her do anything that justifies her smug-ass attitude. Tony Stark, his shit's justified because he's a fucking billionaire and he's a genius. Like, he fucking inherited his father's company and, like, he's actually running it and he does shit. That's... Fuck, okay,
that's
fine.
Justifiable.
You're justified in that because you were raised really rich and you're a smug little rich kid.
She had the gift of having a magical rock.
Yeah.
So that
and also,
means...
Also, you saw Iron Man get his ass beat. So the fact that he can, like, take all those hits and still be a smug asshole, that's justified. That little girl had nothing. She is just a completely unlikable bitch.
Yeah.
That is how you make a movie fucking horrible.
Infinity Wars.
Really, really, really overrated. 5 out of 10. I like Thanos. I like the character, and I
He
like
is
the story.
Thanos, definitely the best.
It is
villain
the
ever.
only well-written thing Marvel ever did. Like, the only comparatively well-written comparing superhero writing to, like, actual writing, pretty fucking bad. Downright horrible. But the Infinity War plotline with Thanos, actually not that bad. Because Thanos is a good villain in that he's the hero of another story. He believes in what he's doing. He thinks it's the right thing. He's more of an anti-hero than a villain because he's trying to do what he thinks is best for everyone, even if it's not what they want. He's the ugly truth to everyone else's beautiful lie.
Yep. That is the only reason why I like Infinity War. Thanos is not only a well-written character, he's a well-written villain.
Exactly.
You sit down, you see him, and it's like, oh well, you see the perspective that he came from,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my god. Because let me say this: Infinity War is less. It is 90% Thanos. Okay.
Yeah.
It is only about the villain. You understand
good.
the villain, and then they decided to make it a two-part. It was supposed to be a two-parter, by the way.
Well, this is like a 2.5-hour film.
And it is a two-parter because Endgame comes out April 20-something.
And I'm not looking forward to that at all.
I'm going to go see it.
Okay.
It's apparently supposed to be like 3 or 4 hours, and I'll tell you how it is.
Okay, Marvel is not worth 3 hours.
Deadpool 2. That's the next one, by the way.
I own it, still haven't watched it. Just because, like, sequels to comedy films never do well. Because most good comedy movies have, like, a sound plot, like something kind of unique. And then when you try and do a sequel, you're corroding its uniqueness.
Let me put it this way. I feel like the Deadpool movies are written the best for a way a comedy should be written, where I feel like they wrote the story, and then they decided then to throw the jokes in whenever they felt like it.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 feels like that as well. They wrote a story, and then it's like, okay, where can we put the jokes in this so they're funny and evenly spaced out, instead of writing a bunch of jokes and saying, now we gotta write a story around these.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Deadpool, by the way, if you're a retard and bought that and saw Deadpool 2 or owned Deadpool 2, unluckily, Once Upon a Deadpool is actually just Deadpool 2 but PG-13.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay,
Deadpool
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
1 is what convinced everyone that, like, oh wait, maybe R-rated movies can make money.
Yeah, that's why Logan was made. Deadpool
Yeah.
is the reason why Logan exists, and I fucking think it because Logan definitely everything on this list is the best. Okay, you say Spider-Man and that whole trilogy 1 and 2, yeah, they're good, but Logan as a just standalone film, good.
Alright.
Okay, it trumps everything on there,
Nice.
and it wouldn't have happened without Deadpool.
Alright, we are
Okay,
at
Ant-Man and the
the
Wasp.
2.5-hour mark, so
Let me
think
finish.
it's-
We'll finish this and call it end. Okay.
Alright, yeah,
Ant-Man and the
let's-
Wasp didn't watch it.
I don't think many people did.
Yeah. Okay, and then finally, because we already talked about Captain Marvel, Venom, which
Ooh.
is the reverse Captain Marvel, where the fucking reviewers go in and say this movie is bad, and then people go watch it like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's bad, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, critically panned, and honestly, it's not a very well-made movie. But it is so much fun to watch. It is just enjoyable. I love it. I love Venom. I thought it was great. I don't know why they wasted their money on some washed up rapper, but you know, at least it was just at the end, so I didn't have to listen to his drivel. But yeah, I loved Venom. That was a great film. I can't wait for Carnage. Though I don't know why it's Woody Harrelson. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, we'll put it like this. Venom, critic consensus, 29%, audience score, 81%.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, 80% with critics, 55% with audience.
Oh, that went up. Last I saw, it had a 39% audience score.
Well, I think they've been going through and deleting them because
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Because obviously, if you don't like the movie, you're a white male supremacist.
I mean, they did that with Black Panther. If you
Yeah.
put in a bad review for Black Panther within like the first 2 weeks
Yeah,
of it coming out, it was immediately deleted because you don't like it because it stars black people.
And the best part is they were deleting negative comments from black people.
It was just a bad movie.
Yeah,
Venom might
it
be
wasn't
bad,
that
but
fucking
it's
great.
at least enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, and
and also, if you fucking censor your critics, you'll never improve. That's why Captain Marvel didn't do so well, is because they did the first pandering films, like, okay, how do we pander to niggers? Oh, Black Panther, done. And everyone was like, hey, this is really pandery. Why are we watching this? And so they deleted it. And then
they did it with women, and
then
again.
they're like, all right, we need money. How do we pander to those mewling baby cannons? Oh, I know, Captain Marvel. Also, wasn't the character originally named Miss Marvel, or am I thinking of someone else?
You're thinking of a different character.
Okay,
Captain
so there's
Marvel and Miss Marvel were two different characters.
Okay, that's fucking stupid, but off topic. So how do we appeal to mewling baby cannons when they're not like they're gonna watch the film anyway? They're too busy in the kitchen. So they made Captain Marvel, and they made it really pandery. They focused less on having a decent character and more on having a strong, independent woman. So, yeah, maybe you should make a character? Look, here's my advice for writing characters. Write a character. You know, flaws, quirks, interests, stuff that make people. Then decide on what they look like. Because there's about 45 different personalities in the human race. Walk far enough in one direction and you'll start seeing repeats of people. So, and they can take any form. You could have a really bigoted and right-leaning white guy, or it could be a really bigoted and right-leaning Mexican woman. You know, it doesn't matter. They come from all walks of life. It's just different ideas in different shells. So you should never go out with the intention of writing a black character or a woman character.
Just
write a character and then decide later what they look like. For instance, with the book I'm writing, I'll name drop it since people were probably gonna ask me anyway. In Lynch is the name of the character. Yeah, yes. In it, I could gender swap the entire cast, and it wouldn't change anything. They'd still be characters first. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no part where a male character's like, we are men. Hrr. There's no part where a female character is like, I'm a woman. Hrr. There's no part where a black character is all like, I'm black. Hrr. They're characters first. It doesn't matter what they look like.
I feel like put this on a note, okay, when you write a race of characters, okay, in a fantasy setting, the only reason that a character's a race, or like anything, should ever matter is if it's an important plot point.
Yeah.
And it's not based on skin color. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. I'm gonna bring up Hunter x Hunter. There's a character in there, and it's like he's the last of a certain race of people because they were all fucking wiped out because they have these really pretty red eyes.
Sounds like a contrived reason to commit genocide, but that's still like he's the last of his kind. That's
okay.
relevant.
That and they have these they're like abilities. Okay, so they fucking wipe them out, and because it's like, oh, their eyes, that'll help me. So yeah, they wipe all of them out except for him
Yeah.
because he was too young to even use the fucking Scarlet Eyes ability. Or like, he probably can't even use it anyway.
Fuck him.
Yeah. So they,
Yeah, that's relevant, but in most settings, it doesn't matter what a character looks like. I challenge you to write a story, write like a short story about a character doing shit and never once describe what they look like. Have people read it and then ask them what they think the character looks like. Everyone will give you a different answer because they'll base the image off of people they know like that. They may think, like, oh, if it's a smarmy, self-confident, charismatic asshole, might be some, like, well-groomed white guy like Tony Stark or something. If he's a, very straight to the point, no nonsense, might be like, I actually don't have a comparison for this. Fuck. But still, like, it race and sex completely irrelevant when writing characters, unless you especially make a point of it. Okay? Like, unless the plot revolves around them entering the women's bathroom, it doesn't fucking matter. Don't bother. You could make a whole book and never once describe what the characters look like. Just give them, like, gender-neutral names, and no one will ever know for certain. Everyone will just have different ideas.
Is that why Minecraft Story Mode is a great game? Because they named the character Jesse, and then they wrote the entire fucking story. Don't even use he or she. They referred to the main character as, in fact, Jesse.
Yeah, that's what a lot of RPGs do. Like, it refers to you by name, but you can pick to be a male or a woman. Like Commander Shepard. It's completely irrelevant what Commander Shepard looks like.
Yeah.
It's completely irrelevant what your character in, like, Dragon Age Inquisition looks like. It's completely irrelevant. What matters is the character.
Yep. I feel like not a lot of movies, not a lot of books. Fucking J.R.R. Tolkien, whatever fucking name is.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Fucking British bitch.
Oh, you mean J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, because Tolkien made Lord of the Rings. I was about to say, what the fuck are you bagging on him for?
Nothing. I'm thinking of the other R. J.R.
J.K. Rowling?
Just kidding. My books are bad. She writes a fucking book.
Writes a children's book about a wizard. By the way, the term witch was gender neutral until Harry Potter.
Got him! Fucking backtrack and then retrack. Backtrack so that.
Look, the Dumbledore shuffle was kind of fun. Yeah, I was like, oh, he was gay the whole time. Because, yeah, that's harmless. It's completely irrelevant to the character. That's just, like, a little tag on. Like, also, he was gay. The Salem witch trials, yeah, they mostly did them on women, but before that, men were tried as witches as well. The term witch was gender neutral until Harry Potter came out. It's just that it was most often given to women.
Yeah.
But there were cases of men being tried as witches. So.
Oh yeah, go to fucking Salem.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyways, she pulls a reverse of this, where she writes characters that aren't even good to begin with. They're just characters. Yeah. And then she describes them. And then she fucking backtracks on her own description.
Yeah, like, oh, Hermione was black. Is that why on all the cover art for the books, she's white?
Is that why you described her as a ginger? Black gingers don't exist. Are you stupid or something?
Yeah, like, on the fucking cover art for the books, she's white. Hello? I get, like I said earlier, race is irrelevant. What I meant by that is it's irrelevant until it's established. Don't go back and change a character's race to make it relevant. Because like I said, it's irrelevant. as long as the character is a character. If you're writing a character, you can make him whatever the fuck you like. But once you pick that, once you lock them in, stick with it. Going back and changing it just makes it look like you're pandering. And that's what J.K. Rowling's doing. Like, Hermione being white, that's irrelevant. Hermione being changed to black to appeal to black people, that's relevant. That is you trying to, like, lower the opinion of the value of black people to, like, oh, yeah, no, make the character black. Bam, you're verified now. Your life now has meaning because this fictional girl is black. There you go. So, okay, to sum up everything we've talked about, my teeth are falling out, essentially. Don't go to Georgia, there's not much there. And Marvel movies are completely overrated. There's only a handful of actually good ones. And don't make such a big deal about a character's race, because above all else, they're fictional!
Oh, also we talked about anime in there, you idiot.
Oh yeah, anime sucks.
No.
Yes. Good night.